Cheers,
shots.
my buddy, for 1,000 downloads.
1,000 views.
They
Cheers to that.
still don't want to give me the fucking badge. Oh, that's so smooth.
Sipping on the SoCo.
Yeah,
I couldn't find that song, by the way.
Still don't know that song. So.
I couldn't find it. I failed miserably. I found some great fucking, like, I don't even know, some kind of, like, house music Latina song called SoCo. That was pretty good. But we got sports, man. And more or less, we have the greatest sports gambling day in the history of degeneracy in this country coming up this weekend. Brother.
Betting on children.
Betting on children is back. Mama don't want you to play no foosball. Well, mama don't know won't hurt her like you signing up for a fucking book. I don't even care which book it is. This Saturday, November 2nd, is...
November 2nd?
Jesus Christ.
September
Give me another
2nd?
fucking shot of SoCo. Fucker. I'm fucking not even 2 minutes into this damn thing.
This is going to go bad.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one.
Do
September
those
2nd.
sunglasses even fit your head, bro?
No, they don't. Well, they actually do fit my head, but the hat that I have on kind of fucks it up a little bit. This is so cool. I'm going to have to go light on this. Holy hell. Here we go.
It's already starting.
These
These are your episodes, so you got to keep it together, bro.
I know. Okay. Whoo! It's my baby. It's just like betting on children on the weekends, baby. It's back. So September 2nd will give us the return of college football. We're going to start with that here, but we'll also get into after that NFL. Cut day has happened. A lot of interesting cuts, but all we're going to be focusing on is what everyone's been focused on these last few weeks, which is your fantasy teams.
Of course.
So we have the top 5 players at each position, a couple sleepers, a few busts, and I'm sure a few other tangents along the way on that one.
Of course. Come on now.
So we'll also get into MMA. There was a big prediction that went down a couple weekends ago, I believe, about a week or so ago.
It was last weekend.
Yeah, and well, it looks like I'm the only one whose prediction didn't hit from the beginning of the year. So we have some MMA updates, cards coming up, top 5. What'd you have there for next couple of cards?
You'll find out in the
Baby.
segment. Man.
Yeah, I like the surprises. We'll also recap the Little League World Series. Crazy match that I watched on Billie Jean King night at the U.S. Open earlier this week. We'll recap a little bit of golf, the overall competition. And with that, we will begin the episode. I am officially horny. You understand that Saturday begins, really begins every single weekend with meaningful football, actual football, until, February.
Yeah.
Fuck yes!
And then you're going to be depressed in February.
I'll probably be depressed well before that this year as a Bills fan, and especially as a fantasy football owner, because I've been tailing off in my own personal stretch these last few years.
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck, man? Football's back. And it starts with the kids. I like that tradition, how it starts with college football first.
When's high school opening up?
High school probably already started.
No, I'm saying when are they opening up to the books?
I mean, I tried to see if any book would take the Little League World Series unless I was going overseas with it, which I wasn't really willing to do. You know, IRS being the way they are these days and all. I decided just to fade it and continue watching as a fan, but I doubt. They do actually have high school fantasy teams.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
swear to God, it's someone that I know used to draft fantasy high schoolers with his buddies because he played high school football.
Okay.
Yeah, Spitzy. He's a transplant living down south now. Hope he's doing well in Ildia or whatever it's called.
So how far down the ranks does it go that you can bet on these college footballs? Can you bet on, say, community college football?
I don't think so. You might not. I mean,
If you can find a line, you can bet it, right?
Right. So legally, that's a different story. And, when you look at DraftKings, when you look at FanDuel or any of those, Caesars, they don't even have all the games that you'd have on, let's say, a back-end book, which is off the record. So you could probably go down the rabbit hole and find some type of one that allows you to do like Division III football, or maybe like Division 1A, which is like not necessarily Division 1, which is the top level NCAA or FBS, whatever it is, and they might be able to cover those ones. But like, I mean, you can bet all of the quote unquote Division 1 games on an offshoring gambling site. I mean. Fuck.
You can't get it on FanDuel?
You probably could get most of it on FanDuel. Like, you're going to get the MAC games. It's weird why they don't cover some of them. And I believe it also has to do with what state you're in. Okay. So in New York, I don't think you can bet on Syracuse on any of those apps.
Why the fuck not?
Because you're in New York. Because you could have it in. Like, you might be able to know. I honestly don't know the reason.
Because I could go on the field and go punch the fucking quarterback.
That's what they say in theory. Like, fuck, if you wanted to do something crazy like that, you could do it no matter what.
I'm waiting for the worst odds.
We're fucking off and running, baby.
Waiting for the worst odds, and I'm going out and punching that motherfucker in the face.
It's like, yo, take it live right now. Live odds, go. It turns into like some Monica Seles shit. That's horrible. That's horrible. She's also married the man who founded Paychecks.
Anyway,
first tangent done. This Saturday we finally have football back, meaningful football, and it starts at 12 p.m. The games start now. College game day, of course, starts at around I think it's 9 o'clock or 9:30. Truth be told, they have games tomorrow. Of course, Thursday night games. Actually, a couple decent ones on the card for that, but. Saturday, the first ever Saturday, and really the second Saturday is probably even bigger because everyone plays on that Saturday. But it's just endless football from 12 p.m. all the way through the night. Pac-12, which is going to be dead soon. Even way, those teams, those colleges will still be there on the West Coast. 10 o'clock, 10:30 kickoff games.
Is Hawaii playing this weekend?
Hawaii will probably play again. Yes, they got
in Hawaii
curb stomped. I don't actually know that. I might try and look that up before the end of the episode. So, I'm not. I think they played. They didn't play in Hawaii for the first game. So, and they may be playing their other home game somewhere else. I'm not quite sure.
I'm sure they're not on Maui. Like their field isn't on Maui, but
correct.
That'd be interesting to know.
I went all in with them on my week 0 bets. Maybe that's where we should start. So we started a gambling competition mostly because I had been bragging about how I was able to bet predominantly college football. I mean, that was really kind of like the beginning.
So this is your upcoming right now.
Yes. So it's kind of like how I originally got really into gambling in the first place back in the day.
But last week, I think you placed 4 college football bets.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
So, well, they call it week 0 for nothing. Because it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, okay.
It was for fun.
Oh.
The games mean a lot to the people who played. It's just like it's kind of a little extra week. It's literally week 0 where only a few games happen. But I did. I thought I'd start a new little fun game for my 38 Twitter followers or however many I have now, called Johnny Anchor's Foreplay for the Fellas on a Saturday when you're just chilling. Hopefully, not me. Every fucking Saturday, I'm either at a wedding or working.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you doing this Saturday?
There's never really a time where I can do what I used to be able to do when I had no responsibilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, all right, it'll be fun, for the fellas. They want to throw a little bit in there. There's a ton of games. Week 0, there's not as many. So I really had to kind of stretch some of these. And it didn't do so well. It was 100. So there was a parlay of 4, and this is how I would want to play it. 4-teamer each week in college football. And I got another one for us when we get to the end of our little chat of college football. But a $100 bet would have won $1,280. So the odds were a little yoked because I took all spreads, buying only 1 point, and that was Navy plus 21.5.
Navy got destroyed.
Yeah, didn't hit. Absolutely pumped by Notre Dame. And here's another thing I didn't realize at that point. I should have looked this up, and I'd made sure to do that this week. I saw that Notre Dame was home. It was played in fucking Ireland.
Yeah, you didn't have a shot, bro.
Bro, your Navy And you're always. It had another bet too. The all rushing touchdown didn't matter. The dude, fucking Sam Hartman for Notre Dame, incredible. Watch out for that kid. But the Navy in Ireland against the Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
For week 0, it was a huge spectacle. Like over there, they're playing all the songs. I'm like, they started Dropkick Murphys. Shipping up to Boston was like as they were getting ready to kick off. I was like, holy fuck. I immediately knew, that was a horrible fucking decision. So, yeah, Navy got stomped. Ohio, money line. That was like basically a pick 'em plus 110. They lost. It was a close game. USC, I had it minus 30.5 because everyone's sucking the cock of Caleb Williams already over there. Consensus number 1 pick. How'd all those USC quarterbacks end up? Sanchez, Darnold, Leinart, John David Booty. I'll bring it up for them blue in the face.
Booty?
They're booty. That's what they are, John David Booty. USC quarterbacks suck.
Fucking
But I decided
booty.
to take them week 0, and they lost. And then my last one was the over in the FIU Louisiana Tech game. It was over 58.5. Both their defenses suck. It was like 20-17. Not even close. I was like, jeez, everybody's shaking off the rust here for Johnny Anchors. So we're now going to name this segment Fade Johnny.
Fade Johnny.
You got to fade Johnny.
So did you, for the bets that you're going to place after this, at the end of this segment,
Yes.
did you place them as we should fade you, or as an actual bet that you think is going to hit?
I'm going to take the bet
Okay.
that I took.
You should
But you
definitely
may
fade it.
want to fade me.
Fade them.
Because week 0, currently, we're not going to count it. We're going to count it from week 1 on. It's my own college
Funny how
football
that
preseason.
works.
It was my own. You can't start at week 0. There's not 0. What is it, a year? No. Fuck. Week 1 starts it all. So
Okay.
in the preseason, I went 0-4. Not good.
And the yearly bets?
In the yearly bets of Ricky Fowler winning a major, didn't quite pan out either.
Okay. All right. And
In the competition, yes, I lost first place.
We'll get into that later.
I know.
Anywho, what's going on in NCAA?
So we have the top 10.
Yeah,
that just came out, the coaching poll.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
So
about.
here's a little bit. And then my goal is to get you to the point where you are pretty much now in hockey since we had started this podcast.
I can't wait for October, bro.
Big hockey fan.
Can't
I love
wait for
that.
October, man.
Yep. There's been a lot of moves, too. We should probably look maybe midway through September, late September, to get a little NHL preview out there.
Okay.
And we'll bring in hopefully, Swigs will be able to come back. I know he's dealing with some stuff. We love you, buddy. Swigs and Chugs.
Our love goes out, buddy.
And Swigs and Chugs, we love you guys. Fucking good people out there. We'll have them on very, very soon. But the coaching poll, to kind of get you back into what college football is about, there's a bunch of different polls. College football is more of like the Wild West. NFL is very regimented, very regulated.
Well, there's also a finite number of people, where in college there's a fucking abundance of people.
Yeah, 120 fucking teams.
And you got people swapping out positions every fucking other week. Like, I don't know if this guy's going to work with this offense, so fuck you, you're sitting, you're playing next week. Like, it's crazy.
It is, and there's also just so, like, the position thing, like, it's a completely different game in a lot of the conferences. And that's the whole thing, is like the conferences are completely different. And when you look at like the NCAA as a whole and why it needs to consolidate, and I approve of it consolidating more towards power conferences.
You communist.
Yeah, it's a little statist of me, I'm not gonna lie. I love tradition, don't get me wrong, but like Pac-12 was dying. So when they come out with, the BCS and the media poll and the coaches poll, I truly, when BCS is like a mathematic thing, it's like a computer that comes up with the rankings.
That's the one I would go with.
Yes, that doesn't come out yet, though. I think it takes a little while for that one to officially come out.
Yeah, it needs all the stats.
Right, it needs like a certain amount of weeks, probably 6 or 7 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Especially since when do they find out the starters?
they know that by
week?
now.
But,
Yeah, they probably know that.
But it was last week, right?
But like you said, it changes
yeah.
constantly.
Well, yeah. So you got to figure that shit out.
Yeah. So
What's the probability of the coach putting this person in and sitting this person? And yeah, you need some quantum fucking computers and that bullshit. Some AI bet helps a lot.
I could probably. I thought about throwing AI in there. Like, who do I take this week? in my bets. Who's it all taken? And I did not ask it.
I wonder if it would.
We'll ask him. We can ask it.
But it's
The chat box.
it's so left leaning that I'm
It's
not
illegal.
I'm not sure that it would spit out an answer other
This
than
is federally illegal. Then we'd have the Fed window open back up. We're gonna try it.
all it's gonna do is fucking give you 1-800-gambling NY or something and call these people.
I'm gonna ask it right now. So, anyways, the coaches poll.
Yeah.
The reason I go with the coaches poll first is because the only other option is the media poll.
That
So-
means dick.
which means nothing. The
Yeah.
coaches know more. When the coaches vote for who they think is the best team, 1 through 25, they know. There could be a little bit of, conspiracy against one
Is
coach
it just
or another,
consensus
but
at that point? They all pull 1 through 25 and then
I think they take the top 65.
they all rank them.
Yes.
And then
so
whoever gets the majority of number 1 is number 1.
something, yes.
Something like that.
Like you'll see the majority on there. So when you go to the top 25, and they did this before week 0, it's another reason why week 0 doesn't mean anything, because the BCS AI bots can't fucking have enough data yet, so that doesn't count. The coaches don't really use it. Like in between, there wasn't. I don't believe another coaches poll that came out since then, and there should be after this week. Number 1. And they pretty much only show you how many first place votes that you got
Uh-huh.
out of, and that's why I'm saying it's probably only 66. Looks like 66 coaches are in this.
Okay.
Georgia got 61 votes.
Damn.
So they are by far consensus number 1.
So when they lose week 1, everybody's going to be shocked.
Yeah, they ain't losing week 1.
You sure?
They probably won't lose again
No?
till the playoff.
Oh, boy.
Number 1, Georgia, 61 first place votes. Interesting enough, number 2 was Michigan with 0 first place votes, which means a lot of people just voted them to be number 2.
Yeah.
Alabama got 4 first place votes in 3rd. OSU, which is Ohio State University.
The
Ohio State University. Fucking cocky
you
bastards.
fucked that up. I can't believe you fucked that up.
Pour me another fucking SoCo. I don't give a shit. It's early. I got time. Number 5. So Ohio State University had 1 first place vote. So that was the last one. Those top 4, and that's pretty much the top 4 teams every single year that are going to make the playoff. Below that, you have number 5 LSU, number 6 USC. Can't provide good NFL quarterbacks, but I digress. Number 7 Penn State. Great running backs. Number 8, FSU. Oh, Florida State, baby. Go Seminoles. Clemson Tigers at 9, and Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee at number
The Tar Heels?
10.
No,
that is North Carolina.
That's North Carolina.
Pour yourself a shot.
Damn it.
You just wanted to drink with me, didn't you?
Yeah.
I appreciate that out of you, brother. So Tennessee, I personally believe, is a little overlooked this year.
Cheers.
And because Hendon Hooker is gone. Cheers, brother. Zisoko. It's also so cold. So cold. It's so cold. And that's all I got. We have recently cleaned down here, but hopefully we are going to have some great rearrangements down in the studio.
I
very
can't
shortly.
wait. I have a vision.
We got some visions. My vision for the how it's all going to shape out at the end of the year in college football is Georgia. I believe they've won 2 in a row, and they're the new powerhouse in the SEC. Plenty of talent comes through there. Half of the Philadelphia Eagles defensive unit is from Georgia.
Wow. Okay.
Brilliant draft strategy. Bringing all the same guys that are just monsters, best guys in college football to
They
the same
obviously
NFL
have.
team.
They obviously have some sort of click. You know.
They also have a drag racing problem.
Oh boy.
I went there because that's what we do. But they're just yoked. Like there's no way in my eyes that they actually would, like they wouldn't go to the college football playoff. They could lose maybe 1 game and they'll end up as the 4 seed because they'll lose to Bama in the SEC final. Because Bama is the second best team, and Nick Saban, that old crazy motherfucker, former Dolphins coach.
Yeah.
He is not happy recently with anything. He's a grump.
Okay.
The NAL, players getting money now, players getting paid. He don't like that. He's too fucking old school Southern for that. Georgia kicking his ass every year and now becoming the new talk of the town. Kirby Smart just rolling him. It just, Nick is getting to the point where he needs to, it's like almost like one more and I might have to hang it up.
Yeah.
Like him and Belichick are like vying for who's really going to, he's looking way better off at winning a championship than Belichick. So I think it would be those two teams to really like duke it out. Most likely. I still love Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They score so many fucking points. They're exciting to watch. They're gonna have to do it with a new quarterback this year. But I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference because they got disgusting fucking receivers. Great, good, solid coach that's gonna like bring it back, I believe, in the same type of manner. And they don't play the hardest division in the SEC. Okay. So for whatever reason, I'm hyped. I'm on the fucking Tennessee bandwagon. I got Tennessee coming in the 4 spot in the SEC because they will be the ones, I believe it would be them versus Georgia. So they'd be undefeated except for that one game going into the playoff.
Okay.
I hope I don't have that wrong. I will look it up in a minute. But
So you got Georgia, Bama, Tennessee.
I don't have Bama in it, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so number 1 I have Georgia, and then I have number 2 I have the Ohio State University.
Okay.
Number 3, I have Texas, who I also think
A&M?
is looking under. No, Texas.
It's Tech?
Just Texas. Longhorns, baby.
Okay, yeah.
Hook 'em. Fucking hook 'em. Do yourself a favor. Look up the starting quarterback. Here's my first. I knew we were going to go into some type of tangent that I'd want you to show the people, the good people of Leaving Earth podcast out there. Look up the starting quarterback for Texas. Just look what that man appears to be. And I wish that we'd be able to eventually one day interview this guy. And you know who's his backup now?
Quinn Ewers?
Quinn Ewers. His backup is Arch Manning. Little Arch. The next generation of Manning. 3rd generation quarterback.
Bro.
What do you think of that dude?
That dude's awesome. Hang on a second.
Right? Is that not a fucking football player? If you've ever seen one.
That's so fucking awesome, man. So fucking awesome.
I apologize. Are you able to show it?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Hang on a second.
Because
it's so fucking great.
I think he might have cut his hair, unfortunately. But he.
Oh no!
I want to say he still has a bit of what the magic is happening.
What do I want? This.
But I like Texas just in the sense that they're kind of like a little bit doubted every single year, kind of like the Cowboys. And it's funny because they're both just huge brands from Texas.
Window capture. That's what I want. All right, we're getting there, people. We're getting there.
There he is.
There he is.
There he fucking is. Look at that beautician. Good Lord.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with this guy, dude? He's got he's rocking a power mullet. We'll say a power mullet and the Amish beard.
Yeah, he is a football player. Born to play football at Texas. That's him.
He looks like he drinks beers.
He looks like he doesn't drink beers. He fucking deletes beers. That man just destroys
that is a
can
shotgun motherfucker right there.
Yes.
He is shotgunning everything. Look at him throwing up the horns, too. Like, yeah, bitch.
He's 20 years old from San Antonio. He just, like I said, just bred to play fucking football for Texas University. He was at Ohio State. That's the weird thing is he went to Ohio State, transferred. I think he became the starter last year. But like he's not, physical. His major is physical culture and sports. Like
what the fuck are you going to do with that? Yeah, what are you going to do with that?
I play football, drink beer. Texas. Hook him. Hook him. Give me the ball. Throw that shit a quarter mile. Fuck yeah. Fucking Quinn Ewers.
as he crushes the can on his head.
Yeah, takes a Lone Star, pops it. He might be the guy in that video that pulls the beer cap off with his teeth
jeez.
and then does the hurricane move. He
Yeah.
looks just fucking like him. That is the quarterback of Texas, is the guy who does that.
How are you gonna bet against him?
I wouldn't bet against him.
Oh,
I
my God.
I couldn't. He was He was also the first ever athlete to make $1 million with the new name, image, likeness.
Oh, no shit.
I mean, because, come on. Look at him. I want to see more of him on my TV. I don't see enough of him.
Oh, Jesus.
And the crazy thing is, so you have Arch Manning, who is...
Let me look up Arch Manning.
Well, he looks like a Manning. He's Cooper Manning.
Down syndrome?
Yikes. That's not nice. But we rang the bell anyways. That's just Eli. Hey. The second guy I think who played last year, Hudson Card, he transferred to Purdue, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to play very long. He's huge. And I like Purdue this year too, as well as a sleeper.
There's Arch Manning.
Is that Arch?
That's Arch.
Yeah, he's not. See, he doesn't look as good. He looks more cookie cutter 1997 Hollywood movie.
He looks like a
quarterback.
Mormon.
Yeah, I mean, he was just born for the NFL.
Well, I mean,
Ewers was born to play Texas football. Arch Manning was born to be the number 1 overall pick, but he just picked Texas. That's where he wanted to go. He could have won it anywhere. Arch, the Archman.
that's a hell of a name. That's a strong name.
Yeah, that's his grandfather's name, Archie.
Yeah.
3rd generation NFL player. It will happen. But I like Texas. To get back on my 4, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Tennessee. Tennessee, baby.
We locking it?
I'm in for those. Now, Texas and Tennessee probably won't make the top 4. I just sick of having, what are you going to pick? Alabama, Michigan. The same fucking teams over and over again. Clemson. I had Clemson in for a little bit, and they very well could make it back. They've been a little irrelevant since Trevor Lawrence left. No fault to them. It's just like the conference is not really as strong anymore. So if they lose one or two games, they're not going to make the playoff because either they won't make the conference championship game, or it's just their conference is so weak it won't matter.
Okay.
I also think Florida State might win the ACC this year. That's a bold take, but not really.
I don't even know all the different fucking championships and
Do
shit.
you want me to go through the conferences? I can't go through them all. Truly.
Okay.
But when I go through, I'll do my picks, and we can hit our top 5 fantasy football.
Okay. So I'm looking for college football playoffs. I'm saying Georgia,
Georgia won
Texas,
last year. It's a 4-team league too before it expands.
Georgia, Texas, Ohio
Texas
State.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not picking. I'm using your bet.
Oh, you're taking my bet.
Yeah. What was the third one?
Tennessee. In order, it's Tennessee. In order, it would be Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Tennessee. I did not look up the SEC divisions though, which might fuck me.
I don't know what that means.
So in the 2 divisions of the SEC, I think it's SEC East, SEC West.
Is Tennessee TCU?
No, that is
Oh, there it
Texas
is. There it
Christian,
is.
who
They're-
will come up in my parlay.
So for a $1 bet, I'm gonna win $146.
That's not a bad ploy. Let me see. Okay,
I took it already. So
that's very, very unlikely to happen. But
fuck
hey,
it. It's a buck in a dream.
that's what
right?
it's all about.
Dollar in a
buck in
dream.
a fucking dream.
$1 in a dream.
Throw fucking $100 on that bad boy and see what happens.
Yeah, I ain't rocking like you,
The
bro.
Johnny Anchors. Well, if you fade the entire thing and take anyone else besides those 4 teams, you'll probably win money. That's how it works. Okay, so
What was your fade Johnny parlay bet for this week?
my fade Johnny. Oh, shit. Here we go. Hold on. I just want to check and see if they're in the same division. And in fact, Georgia and Tennessee are in the same division. So, fuck.
My bet's not going to hit. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Tennessee could lose their only game. Tennessee could lose their only game to Georgia during the season, not make the SEC championship game because they're in the same division, and only one team can play in the championship against the winner of the other division. Basically, to win the division in the SEC, you can't lose to any other SEC team.
Okay.
They go to the SEC final. Georgia wins. And then Tennessee comes back. Your best bet is that Tennessee beats Georgia during the year, wins the SEC, and because Georgia's only loss is to Tennessee, Georgia will definitely be voted into the top 4 because they're Georgia. They're a really good team. They had one loss. They lost to Tennessee, who won the SEC. That's how it would go down realistically. If Tennessee doesn't win the SEC, they probably won't go.
Sweet.
So, unless they lost in the final, which can't happen because Johnny Akers didn't look up the fucking divisions before he made that bet.
Sweet.
How we doing? Hey, how we doing? But good thing I looked up these bets for this week.
Extensively.
Week 1. Yeah, well, maybe a little less than what I admitted to. But for real, I mean, this is no joke. First 2 this weekend, I've been hyping them up this entire time. Take Texas minus 35 this weekend, okay? Yes, that's an alarming number. Very alarming number. I don't like usually taking Bama versus a team when they're like minus 38 or minus 41, which is why I didn't take Bama this week at that rate. I took Texas minus 35 because they're playing a college called Rice.
So 35.5 is no good, but 35?
35.5 is on there.
Yeah.
You know, this is where Johnny'd buy a point. If you can. If you can't, take 35.5. Who fucking cares?
Okay. 30.
Here's the thing. At minus 35, you're looking for at least 5 touchdowns for a push. So you're really thinking if you take them at minus 35, you're already at 35.5 anyways. They got to win by like 38-40. You know what I mean? And up. They could beat them 62-0. Here's why I love the bet. I love Texas. Their quarterback looks like that. He deletes beers.
There is no line. You have to bet the over/under.
You can't take the line?
You can't take the line.
See? This is what I'm talking about. You have to only bet the over/under? No, sometimes they don't let you take money line.
Yeah, they won't let you take money line.
Well, yeah, they won't let that's common.
Because
it's so obvious.
Yeah.
The odds of Rice
winning
beating them
is ridiculous.
Yes. Let me put this in perspective for you, okay? Texas, huge brand. Every year it's, Texas is coming back. Texas is coming back. They never do. Now they got second year in the system, crushing beers, ewers, great looking mullet, ready to rock. If he sucks, guess what? Arch Manning's fucking waiting. And he's ready to fucking let it rip.
Yeah.
So no matter what, they're covered with great players around them. They're at home, at their own stadium. I looked it up. And they're going to
look it up.
Rice is so Rice plays in the AAC, which I truly do not know what it stands for. I don't. And their odds of winning their shitty fucking conference are like 9th out of 10 teams.
Okay.
So they're fucking awful. Rice is something you put in your protein bowl to add a little extra layer with the veggies and the chicken and whatever protein you use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not a college football team to take seriously. Hammer Texas minus 30 fucking whatever.
Okay.
Okay? All the way up to 39.5. I'd take Texas this weekend.
39
Love the bet.
Holy
you know what
shit.
that means, kids? Fade Johnny. Number 2, Tennessee. I just don't know why I love them. Maybe it's just Tennessee Jet, the song by the Dead. I don't know. But, again, it's a similar situation where they're playing a team that doesn't really quite match up against them very well. Minus 27.5. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty fucking steep. Those are steep bets. What do you got in the book for that one?
27.5.
Is it right on the nose?
Right on the
27.5?
nose.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a little bit better about the source that I was using for these lines. Because there's a million different ways to look at them when you go on to take the bets. And again, that I I'm not going to quote anyone here, but there's a couple of different ways to look at it, and you try to see which line looks most out of whack, and that's probably the way that it's going to lean for the other ones. You don't want to get it all the way at its worst, but
I'm also taking this live, by the way.
you take it live. Good.
I'm doing it.
Love it. Tennessee against Virginia. That's an 8, or it's a little bit of like a, I don't know, not much of a rivalry. It's a big game, and they're playing in Nashville at where the Titans play.
Okay.
I don't believe that's where they usually play. I could be wrong.
Bigger stadium.
Nissan Stadium, because they needed another major corporation naming a stadium. I don't know.
You just like Tennessee?
The thing is, I love the team, and Virginia has become nothing but trash. The biggest thing that I could say is that I saw like Tennessee last year averaged like 48.5 points or something like that. Again, they had Hendon Hooker, who's no longer there. But they like averaged like 48 fucking points a game or something like that. And Virginia only scored 17 a game last year. So if the rollover from last season has anything to do with this season and how the matchup will be, they should win comfortably. At home, big stadium, a lot of their fans there. Virginia's now a program in poverty. Roll with them. Go Vols. The Tennessee Volunteers, also known as Vols. Or Vols. I don't fucking know. Ride Tennessee.
Okay.
27.5, whatever you need them to. I wouldn't go more above that. I would go right at 27.5.
Okay.
If not, I would get the hell out of there. Number 3, and, we had a story about this guy, but we ended up nixing it, so I'll just kind of fill it in right now. First game.
Jesus Christ.
Prime time, baby. Why not? My boy Max Thuggin Duggan is no longer with TCU. His first game is in TCU after the Duggan era is over, which, by the way, Duggan just got cut by the Chargers. I'm looking at you, Bills. Why not? Practice squad. Doug the Thug. I just think Primetime's going to show out his first game. He's a 20.5 point dog.
Yeah.
And when I looked at all the top guys who are going through, and it was pretty evident on Tennessee and Texas that a lot of the guys were saying take them to win, obviously, and cover. Everyone was like, TCU's going to win, but a lot of them were like, well, we're not so sure they're really going to cover. Like, Primetime might come out and make this a close game.
Okay.
At the very least. What's the money? Do you got money line on that odds?
Plus 720.
Yeah. So I'm saying as a pick, as a fade Johnny, you take Colorado plus 20.5 or whatever it is. Because I think it's going to be a 1-2 score game. They probably will lose. Fuck no, they could surprise the world, shock the world. Throw $10 on their fucking money line. You know what I mean? Like think of it that way. And what a story it would be. All over the fuck Colorado. They
You
haven't talked
can't
about
say
Colorado
put
football
$10 on a money line when you're doing a parlay bet.
No, I know that. and take the parlay bet, obviously, or fade me. That's what I'm saying. You could be fading every single one of these picks.
I'm
and
not. I'm picking every single one. I'm picking every single one.
And then the last one, I do have a little bit of a dog for you to juice the odds a little bit. And I talked about them a little as well. I think they're going to win the ACC this year. They got a brilliant young coach, finally a new good culture down there, and a great football town of Tallahassee. Pray for them tonight and whenever the storm surge finally subsides down there. But let's hear it out for our fucking Seminoles. Oh. I know that's insensitive. I know it's insensitive, but they still do it.
I was going to say, do they do that still?
They still do that, yes. Florida State, money line against LSU, the game of the weekend.
When the fuck are they playing?
That game? I think it's the big game. It's on
Florida
ABC.
State. So you're saying just take it money line?
Yes, sir. I would take the money line. Now, again,
so for my $10 bet, I'll win $100.
That's Sunday. That's on Sunday at 7:30.
That's on Sunday at 7:30.
Wow. Sunday 7:30 ABC. That's the college football game of the weekend.
Should I put $1 on it or put $10 on it? What do you think?
You need,
what do you think?
Whatever
$1
you're
or 10?
feeling.
$1 or 10?
10, man. We got Rumble money coming in. Rumble on. Thank you, listeners, by the way.
All right.
I know most of you love our updates on humanity, but if you're a true sports listener of this fucking mess, God bless you.
3 shots in 5 minutes, but we're going strong.
We are going strong. Stronger than that fucking SoCo. So, yes, LSU, Florida State, Sunday is the final one. I just love Florida State. Me and my brother been big fans of Florida State for years.
All right,
money line.
we went 40 minutes on fucking college kids.
Well, it's good that we can maybe edit it out.
Let's get to the big boys.
The big guns. Dun, 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 dun. All right,
where's Faith Hill?
Ba, 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 ba. You mean Carrie Underwood?
I am sticking to what I say.
Oh, Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. She was it like 3-4 years ago.
Was she?
Yeah.
Well, we can have her play it out. Maybe the episode. An actual song by Faith
It was
Hill.
Faith Hill, right?
The Sunday night football?
Yeah.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Oh, it's Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, but it was Faith Hill before her.
Was it? No.
Let me look this up live before we
But
get into
Carrie,
this.
well, all I remember is Carrie Underwood. And I was like, I've been waiting all day for Carrie Underwood. I hated Sunday night football. I think we've talked about this before. It's the worst sound to hear. The Sunday night football is like because that means that you have to go to work the next day, and Sunday is almost over. Nothing beats the sound of Red Zone, Chris Hansen coming on at fucking 1, watching the countdown, being like, yes, we got 7 straight hours of football, whatever it is, 6 hours, commercial free.
Yeah,
and then you got Sunday Night Football.
You know what?
I was not waiting all day for Sunday night until Carrie Underwood came along. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying this.
Faith Hill?
Faith fucking Hill, motherfucker.
Wow.
Oh wait, this ain't it. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, it is.
Did she do a Super Bowl halftime show or?
No, this is.
So it's Faith Hill?
Faith Hill.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
No, it's Carrie Underwood now.
Oh, it's Carrie. Oh, is it the same song?
I think she made this song.
Let me see.
Yeah, let me turn this up.
All right, Sunday night, where are you? Waiting for the game that leads
She probably made the original song.
Yeah, look at how old this bitch is.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. You can tell how old it is. Even from back then, Dick Emerson. Michael Vick. Holy shit.
That was before he was found guilty of beating dogs and shit.
Well, they're showing the producers like we give a fuck. Peyton Manning. Larry Fitzgerald. Is that Woodson? All these guys are retired. All these guys in this video right now. Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying it was Faith Hill.
Yes.
I fucking knew I was right, motherfucker.
Oh, I remember the Urlacher hitting like the
This is
pillar.
when I was watching football.
Yeah.
This is when I was watching football.
Okay, yes, you're right. She did. Wow, I cannot believe that. Totally forgot. Again, because I think that by this time in 2000, was that 2010?
2010.
Oh, I was wasted by Sunday nights. I was probably asleep by Sunday Night Football. Not my era of making it all the way on Sunday Fun Day, that's for sure. But we're back on football.
But we're back on NFL, and we're going to take your fantasy football picks, and we're going to take you to the ship. All
It's
right?
your fantasy, bro.
You listen to each of us. You take a collaboration. Those are your top 10 picks for each position. I bet you'll have a winning fucking fantasy football team.
If you follow BJFF.
I don't know if you follow me, man.
Just
But
an entire segment on Fade Johnny.
yeah, but that was bets. That was actual money. This is fantasy football. So you might be able to get some points.
We'll see.
I'm going to start this bitch off, though.
Please take the reins.
We're going to start with QBs. How do you feel like starting with QBs? Actually, you know what? Everybody starts with QBs. We're going to start with fucking kickers. Fuck it.
You got number one?
Number one kicker?
Should we go 5-1?
5-1? Okay.
That thing kicked my ass.
All right, so kickers, I don't know that many, and I pretty much went off their names. My number 5 is Evan McPherson because you just hear his name all the fucking time.
He's a cocky little son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, he fucking kicks it like if you,
He crushes the ball.
yeah, if I don't want him swinging at my nuts. So.
He was the one that during the Super Bowl, when Cincinnati was in the Super Bowl, went out and watched the halftime show
That's awesome.
instead of went in the locker room with his team, which is that's hilarious.
What does a kicker need to be in the locker room for?
Exactly. Just an absolute bro move. I think it was the year that J-Lo and Shakira did it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I like that guy.
That's awesome. My number 4 is another name that you hear a lot is Brandon McManus.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 is probably somebody that you won't hear, or you don't hear that often, but you probably should. Young Ho Koo.
Oh, I love Young Ho.
Who
Who doesn't love Young Ho?
He is a fucking beast of a fucking kicker.
Got him on the Dynasty team.
Number 2 is Harrison Butker.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 1 pick is Tyler Bass.
Wow. So you didn't have probably the consensus number 1 kicker on there.
Who's that?
Year after year after year after year. Justin Tucker
Yeah.
of the Ravens. You sick of him?
Not that I'm sick of him, but you have Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Not that they're going for 2 very often, and he might be able to get you an extra point or 2, but this is for fantasy football. You got to take all of the accounts into respect.
Yes.
Where Tyler Bass has had to hit the 63-yarder for a game winner. Harrison Butker has had to hit a 40-yarder for a game winner. Young Ho Koo has had to hit 7 fucking field goals to even keep their team in the game. Brandon McManus, you hear him all the time, fucking over 50 yards. And then Evan McPherson, also over 50 yards all the fucking time.
Tucker can hit 60 yarders. 65.
Yeah, but will he?
He has the record.
But does he need to?
You know, I
with
don't-
Lamar Jackson, with the multitude of games that you have for fantasy football points, I don't believe that is a good pick because
So-
you are not going to get a lot of points. You'll get the extra
Yes.
points, and cumulative, maybe you'll get it there. But if you're looking for 10-point kickers, I don't think he's a 10-point kicker for fantasy football.
So it's a bold take, and I didn't have him at number 1 on my list, and I'll just preface that. He's on there, but he's not number 1, and I think the reason is because of that. I think their offense is going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
Better than, and hopefully they keep Lamar healthy.
That is the whole hope for
Yes,
the whole
the
fucking the whole hope for the whole offensive squad is to keep that motherfucker healthy.
Holding their fucking
Just like fucking Miami, those fucking dumbasses.
breath. Yeah. Well, that's just one particular person's health as well, and a different part of the body. You
Yeah.
worry about Lamar and his legs,
His legs, yeah.
and Tua up top.
It's very hard to worry about Lamar and his legs when he's a fucking runner.
He is.
Like, he loves to run, and what are they going to do to stop you from running? Go for your legs. And they're already so compromised. So it's going to be a difficult challenge to either keep him in the pocket or let him run free with knowing the risk of what could happen.
And they just paid him.
And
out
they
of their
just paid him.
ass.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough. They could go one way or the other. I just don't see Justin Tucker falling off completely of the top 5 because he has been consistently like the top 1, 2, 3 kicker every single year in fantasy points. He just
Fantasy points?
Oh yeah,
Oh, really?
oh yeah. He
I
just
didn't
doesn't
know.
miss because he just doesn't ever miss.
Well, that's the problem. And
I
but
think
last
he's getting
year,
older.
you got fucking Lamar Jackson's hurt. What, week 5?
Yeah.
So he's in a lot of fucking battles
to
where
go
he's
out there,
got to
yes.
go out there and perform.
If he's healthy, which hopefully this year he is, we're kind of going on that he's healthy.
Yeah.
Statistically, Tucker wouldn't be needed as much because they're
That's-
scoring a lot of touchdowns. He's just going in there for extra points.
That is my take on it, and I'll stick to that. What are your
I
top
like it.
5?
Top 5 for that, I'll start. Number 5 was Tyler Bass, your number 1. I just like that he can kick it anytime, but again, he plays outdoors. Young Ho Koo, number 4.
Nice.
Love Young Ho. He also plays indoors. It's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Number 3 was Tucker. Or no, excuse me. Yeah, number 3 was Tucker. Number 2 2
Talking
was
to the
Maher.
Maher.
But
Who's
Maher, I believe, got cut. I made this a while ago.
So we're already starting off good.
So
All right.
I would have to move somebody who is just a great name, and it's a bit of a joke, and he's become a legend. Fucking Groupie is the rookie kicker for the Saints.
Okay.
Plays indoors. And his name is Groupie.
You got to
He
love
was a
Groupie.
no-name, I think undrafted kicker, or maybe they drafted him late rounds.
That sounds like
And replaced Will Lutz, who was their longtime kicker. They got rid of Will Lutz
for this guy.
for Groupie.
This sounds like the guy from The Replacements.
It
Like
does.
he's going to
Nigel?
be smoking a cigarette on the fucking field, just looking at his bookie like shit.
It's in New Orleans. It's perfect.
It's fucking perfect.
Show me your titties. Fuck yeah. I don't know. I wish you
John
were pretty.
Favreau's going to have to come out of the crowd to save his ass.
Yes.
I love it. I love Groupie already. Let's go
He's a
Groupie.
fucking groupie, dude.
Hashtag Groupie.
Every day is Mardi Gras for me. Show us your tits.
I give you some beads.
Kick the piss out
Not
of
the
it.
beads you're thinking of.
I'm going to kick the bloody piss out of it.
Oh, shit. All right.
So I got groupie there. And then number 1, was that Carlson? Yeah, the guy that they just re-signed, I believe, in Seattle.
Tucker Carlson, you think he's going to make his NFL debut?
Whoa, now that's a fucking theory. Have been
He doesn't look like NFL shape. I'm just saying.
No, since he's left Fox News, he doesn't look NFL ready anymore. I mean,
he
had a
looks like
little bit of a
who's the old
regimen.
Who's the old Raiders? Janikowski.
Janikowski.
That motherfucker.
He was a fucking beauty and a lefty.
Yeah, and he
Sebastian-
fucking ran down and just wanted to murder you when you had the ball.
Sebastian Janikowski.
Love that guy.
He was a fucking force on the kickoffs. You're right, and just an absolute beautician of the game.
Yeah, oh yeah. He
Looked
knew
very
exactly
much
where
like
to,
Elward.
he knew exactly where and how he was going to put the ball.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck the coach said he wanted it to be put.
You also have to understand that he played a majority of his career in a fucking, maybe all of it, his home games in a baseball stadium, kicking off fucking dirt for half the season.
No shit.
Yeah, line up a 50-yard. He's the guy that actually has the fucking cigarette waiting.
Yeah, no shit.
Pull up Janikowski's longest. And I'll start with the tight ends while you pull it up. But yeah, I had Carlson. Actually, Carlson is the kicker for not Seattle. It was the Raiders. I fucked that one up too.
So you know what that means.
Pour me another shot. I keep mixing up my fantasy football team with the rankings that I had. Groupie was a late addition.
Really, nothing could go wrong for you as an offense.
Here
Danny
is
Carlson
longest.
is Vegas.
This is the longest field goal by Janikowski. It is 63 yards.
It was kind of late in his career too, right? They have the date there. That's a 76-yard attempt.
Oh yeah, 76-yard field goal attempt in March 26th of 2020.
He does not make this.
Whatever. I just typed in longest field goal, bro. Just it's good enough to
Is that
fucking see him.
Is Josh McDaniel his first time that he got ran out of the NFL? He's like, Sebastian, I've seen you hit this. It's a baseball stadium. Just get out there and fucking drill it. They probably gave him a shot of SoCo before doing it. Like, you think you could hit a 76-yard? It's a kickoff for fucking
Look at that
Christ's sake.
tank of a man, though. He's like, I'm gonna boot it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You hold it there. I'm gonna boot it.
Just
Holy! He's on the
natural
other side of
athleticism.
the field,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. It's like a kickoff attempt. I'm saying he doesn't come within 20 yards of this thing.
I bet you he just misses.
Three-step start for a little NFL history. Leckler on the hole.
Suspense is killing me.
Janikowski puts it as hard as he
I
can.
can't really see it. How bad did he miss it?
He was fucking 3 yards outside the end zone, so that's fucking 13 yards.
That's the other thing. It's almost a bit of a free play punt, and if you're the Raiders, you go down there and try to drill the dude and get him to fumble it.
Right?
I don't know, it's a bold strategy there from Josh McDaniel.
Bold
Not exactly what I was
strategy,
looking
Cotton.
for, but I'm appreciative of that because I never knew that highlight existed, and I bet you no one watching this did either.
There you go.
So cheers to that, and
Just-
Sebastian. Daniel Carlson, first one. All right, should we go into defense then? Are we going in backwards order?
Fuck it. Let's
Team
go defense.
defense?
Yeah, let's go defense.
All right. I had Cowboys at 5.
Okay.
Very talented. Good pass rush. Ravens at 4. They're drafting really well on defense recently. The Jets at 3. That's
Really?
really good defense.
Really?
Yeah. I think they'll have the best
they-
defense in our division.
They have a
our
very
division has very good
hard
defense.
division.
Okay. That'll be the division games don't usually go too high. Last few times we played the Jets, they were very low scoring games. We lost and we won.
Okay, but I'm saying they're in a very offensive-heavy division, which means that 6 games out of their 18 are fucked.
Yeah, but they play the division really good.
Okay.
At least in theory. I mean,
And
the
you
Jets
don't,
could
and
fucking-
you don't think that Miami and Buffalo are going to go out there and try to just murder Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, they will. Hopefully, not say hopefully, but predictably.
And once
They'll have a tough evening on September 11th, 2023.
and once they murder Aaron Rodgers, you think their defense is going to rally?
Brother, I'll said it before and I'll say it again. I do not care if I curse the Jets on this podcast.
Okay.
I'm going to hype them all offseason like they're being hyped.
So
Like
you
the biggest
got-
market media fucking train I've ever seen in my life.
Give us a recap. What was number 5?
Number 5 was the Cowboys. And then I
Number
had
4?
the Ravens and the Jets.
And then the Jets. Okay. Number 2?
2 was Philly. I mean,
Okay.
run it back. And then the Niners were number 1.
Wow, you left off your 1? You left off number 1?
The Bills?
You
The
left
Bills-
off number 1.
The Bills' defense are going to be trash this year. Because Sean McDermott's calling the plays.
He's a defensive coach.
He's an ass clown.
He's a defensive coach.
I know he's a defensive coach, but he just doesn't have it. Does not have the play calling ability on defense. I watched it all preseason. It's skeptical. And our players are getting older. They're getting rid of draft picks that they drafted on defense. Second round draft picks 2 years ago.
Top
Boogie Bash.
5 defenses for BJFF. Number 5 is the Ravens. Number 4 is the Niners. I don't think they're all that hyped up. Number 3 is the Bengals because I don't think they're going to be on the field that much. So if you have low-scoring games,
Low scoring games.
it's very good for defensive.
Yeah, that's true. I also worked in some special teams and the ideas of those.
And 2
Dallas
is
has that one crazy returner.
I would not put the Cowboys on fucking any of my list except for the tight end. Number 2 is the Eagles, and number 1 is Buffalo.
Okay.
Because I believe that they are going to have a lot of turnovers in this season because
Okay.
they had a lot of turnovers last season. And if you can force turnovers,
More points.
those are huge points.
Yes. And the big thing is being able to get in low scoring games for the most part.
And
And they do that a lot.
And
they do that a lot.
And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to get very specific, but part of it had to do with your baby.
Okay. From Popo? You think that's really going to happen?
I picked number 21 on the board, so,
Okay. That's good. Yeah.
I mean,
And if they're in it all the way to the end,
let's fucking go.
let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, believe me, I've hyped the Bills enough in any other episode.
He was
It's not worth it anymore.
He was on my birthday.
Yeah.
I
yes,
mean,
it's
it is
potentially.
just fucking foreseen in the telling of the tablets.
The
It's
telling of the
foreseen-
tablets is this is the season.
Yes.
Because of Johnny Anchor's child, soon to be named after a Buffalo Bills player wearing number 21, Jordan Poyer, that we're going to win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
That's going to be it? Okay.
On my birthday is when it. Yes.
On your birthday. The Super Bowl is it your birthday this year?
No, that's when.
Right, that's when
little man
conception
was.
happened.
Yes.
So strange. It actually happened like a week after. But,
What?
yeah.
That's not what she said.
Well,
I said she said it a real
That's
fucking.
not what the doctor said. That's what she said in an actual conversation without using it as a Michael Scott joke.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Nice.
Yes.
Anyway.
I don't see it. But
14th tangent.
glad you
down.
do.
Yeah. Tight ends. Let's go tight ends.
Okay, the tightest of the ends.
No, you know what? We're fucking this all up. Let's go running backs. Fuck it.
Wow.
We're just jumping all around. Fuck it.
Jump, jip, jive, and dodge.
Number 5 for running backs for your top 5 in your fantasy football for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, I have Derrick Henry.
Beast. Cut the turtle tail, by the way.
Did he really?
I think.
Eesh.
Yes. It's gonna be different. A
He
little
might
bit.
not- He might be number 7 now.
Oh, that knocked him out?
No, I'm just fucking.
Damn.
No, that dude is just a powerhouse, and if he
Beast.
gets into the goal line, he's getting a fucking
Yeah,
touchdown.
he's a beast. Not on my
Number
list, though.
number 4, Cam Akers, just because he runs for 70
Okay.
fucking yards apiece, and it's insane.
2 years ago.
Number 3 is Joe Mixon, because it's Joe fucking Mixon.
Where did he go? He left Cincinnati.
I was on the same assumption that he was in Cincinnati.
No, he might actually still be there. The other guy left. That's right. No, he's still there. Yes.
Number 2, just because I like this motherfucker and because I think their offense will be rolling this year, is Nick Chubb.
Yeah, he's a great running back.
And number 1, he will always be number 1. You just can't fuck with this dude. Come on, Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, Sir Christian.
He's the fucking. Isn't he like the top
He's the
point
Swiss Army
scorer of fantasy football last year?
When he was healthy. I do not know, and I cannot trust in the Christian McCaffrey-led list. I actually only had one other guy on my list, as you.
Really?
One.
Really? Wow, that's a
Chubb.
Okay. At what number?
3.
Okay.
So I had Najee Harris at 5. Steelers
That's not a
running
bad
back.
pick. That's not a bad pick.
He's a monster.
And
He's
they're
ready to
gonna, and
unleash.
if they're gonna get any offensive going, it's gonna be with that fucking dude first.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
That's a good fucking pick. I did not even think about
If
that.
Kenny Pickett can get it out there to him as well, like he needs to develop a little bit more in the receiving game, but like if the just offensive line needs a big fucking boost this year. A lot of offensive lines are bad. But if they can
and
get
they're
him a
not
little
getting any better
help.
because of these pussy ass women that are getting into the fucking league. But
Ooh, that's true.
except for those fucking dudes at fucking Georgia.
The Georgia boys,
Do
they
they
are built.
Do they have
different.
USADA testing in Georgia?
USADA testing?
Do they have USADA testing in any of NCAA?
What is that? The
Drug testing,
yes, they do. I'm pretty sure.
anti-doping agency.
NCAA has probably strict drug testing policies.
You sure?
Maybe not strict, but I'd be willing to go out and look and say it's probably more strict than the NFL.
We will have that information for you on the next Mortal Sportsman. 'Cause
Which football player, if you know this, please email us at leavingearthpodcast@gmail.com. Who is doped more? Who's tested more? I'm guessing it's the NCAA. I'm guessing
think
it's the
so?
NFL. Yes.
Oh.
No.
I wonder why we have fruit flies. That was alcohol abuse.
That is worth maybe one more shot.
We'll
get to it.
reserve that one.
We'll get to it.
All right, so you had number 5 at what?
Number 5 was Najee Harris.
Number 2 or 4? Sorry.
4 was Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs.
I
Who's
was
he
high on
playing
the
for
Raiders
now?
this year, man. I was
He's
a little
playing for
high
the
on
Raiders?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he's been there.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
wait.
Josh
Wait.
Jacobs. Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
Fucking Christ.
Can't even
The
wait.
Soko is killing
Can't even wait for
When
the
I-
shot because you just take
I'm just gonna take it.
Josh Jacobs from the Raiders.
So
So you're feeling the Raiders, huh?
I needed to write down all the fucking first names, especially when I knew we were gonna get to this point. But Josh Jacobs, he's coming back. He wanted a new contract, didn't get it. All the running backs are mistreated. He's gonna ball. He balled out last year. He was one of the top fantasy running backs. There's no.
Is he
reason
on
why
a 1-year
wouldn't.
contract or did he get an extended
He didn't get
contract?
extended at all. He's just
playing.
I think he's either on 1 or 2 years left. They could probably franchise tag him or something, you know.
Yeah,
Don't know
if he has a
specific
good
one,
year.
but yeah.
I'm sure
Well, if he has
there's-
a good year, they got to pay him even more.
Well,
They
yeah,
gotta pay him.
I'm sure that there's like landmarks that he has to hit, so he's going to be
Yeah.
striving for them.
They could always make a deal during the season too when he hits a certain spot.
'Cause-
Okay.
Let's just break this down for a second because you have to remember that NFL is a business, and just because they play football doesn't mean that they don't get bonuses or have goals that they need to meet, just like you motherfuckers.
Yes.
Everybody has fucking certain criteria that they need to make. You needed to get that report on Friday. He needs to make 1,000 rushing yards.
Mhm.
That's how it works.
For a big year, end of year bonuses. Yes.
It's all a corporation and it's all rigged.
I want to say the rigged part, but it's definitely a corporation.
But
And
we
a
love
significant part of it is rigged.
But we love trying to figure out who's going to score the best.
No, that to me, I'd say in his contract situation for Jacobs, he's going to play it out. He's going to have a hell of a fucking year. Great fucking running back.
So either they're going to have to pay him because he had a phenomenal year, or he's going to get big money elsewhere.
I don't think he'll get big money elsewhere just because the running back position.
If
right
he
now.
has a
Think
phenomenal
about the
year,
corporation. Think about what you were saying about the corporation. Okay, so right now the CEO of the companies are the owners. The owner of the company or whatever.
Yeah,
He might not
yeah.
even be the CEO. He could just be the owner, the founder of the company.
yeah.
And you have the CEO who is the general manager. Then you have like the president of operations who's your coach. All of them are, affiliated with different positions, which is different departments. So if you wanted
Unless
to say
you're Jerry Jones and you got them all.
right. So like whatever the unless you're Jerry and you go,
That's a good assumption, right? Because
I'm the president, the CEO, and fuck goddamn it, by the end of my time I might even coach a little bit too. Why not? Cowboys football, baby. It's Super Bowl or bust every year.
that is a good sports analogy that I just took, right? Though, because
Yeah.
all the head coaches have a problem with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. I mean, well,
I fucking pat myself on the back on that
I
one.
wouldn't say it's the coaches traditionally, like, Jimmy Johnson and those guys. Like, yeah. Jason Garrett was, like, placed there by Jerry Jones, pretty much. And you could say that McCarthy probably doesn't have the best relationship. But
Okay.
he's the president of operations. Those are the big heads.
Yeah.
Then where is the money and resources usually go to any type of corporation? It's in the marketing or sales department.
Always, like 90% of
The
it.
top, producers of who runs the team.
Yeah.
It's typically going to be your quarterback. So face of the franchise, face of your brand. What brings the people in? What pays for the jersey sales? You know what I mean? When you go to a fucking Bills training camp, every single kid there, I'd say 9 out of 10 kids under the age of 10 have a Josh Allen jersey on. And affiliated players here and there.
I want to destroy your
Running back, I would say this. Running back is like a fucking, I'm not going to say janitor because they're not.
Yeah.
But they're like the loading dock people at this point.
I will disagree with your opinion, and I will explain later.
Okay.
And it has to do with my sleepers that are coming up, so I just want to.
What That's a hell of a teaser right there. I still haven't taken the shot, by the way. I'm sorry. I'll wrap it up. Nick Chubb was 3. I had, what did I have here? I actually had McCaffrey at 2. If he stays healthy,
Yeah.
he's gonna be very.
He's
very
just
good if
unstoppable. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the little white kid that just squeezes through every hole.
It's true. I kind of went back and forth on if I was going to include him on the list. There was another guy out there who finished very close 6th, Tony Pollard from Dallas.
Yeah,
I think he could. Fill
It's
in the
Dallas,
shoes.
though, man.
That's why I left him off. That's why I left him off. I was like, it looks like Tony Pollard should have a great year, which is why he won't, because it's Dallas and it's Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I actually had Austin Eckler. Dude, he is just a machine PPR. If you're in a PPR league, it's a no-brainer. He's the number one running back all day.
I don't even know how they qualify him as a running back.
Really, him and McCaffrey in a PPR league
Are ridiculous.
If McCaffrey
I didn't
goes,
even know he
take
was still
Eckler.
playing.
If Eckler goes, take McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Like, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
They go out
If
for
you're going-
passes
if
more
you're
than they
going for
take
rushing-
handoffs.
Exactly, and they for the most part, I want to really knock on wood for this one. Eckler stays healthy for the most part. Every running back's going to get banged up, but he just plays a certain game, not the ground pound. Out in the open, not really getting hit very much, taking receiver hits, not really as much running back hits. You know what I mean?
Christian McCaffrey goes across the middle a lot. Eckler stays out to the outside a lot. So that's a good fucking pick. I should have put him.
You're going against cornerbacks when the Derrick Henrys are running into fucking D linemen and linebackers and guys that are
middle
300-pound
linemen,
refrigerators. Like, who am I rather going to get hit by? Fucking 190-pound corner or fucking 275-pound Darnold?
Yeah.
It's these guys are fucking. That's why I think the guys that are changing the game who are going to get the money are the Ecklers, then the McCaffreys. They're not really the Saquon Barkleys unless you can learn how to catch, unless you can learn how to do that and do something new. You're getting left behind by the new era and dock loaders. They're getting replaced by Boston Dynamic fucking robots. How's that one for
That's
you? I got
just-
a good story coming up in the next updates on humanity.
That's just my industry. That's awesome.
No, yep. It's not.
Cheers.
It's not the cheers you were looking for, but it was the cheers we deserved tonight.
Oh, fuck me. All right. Where you going next? Because you're up.
I had. Well, I'm not going to do quarterbacks. I have to do quarterbacks last.
Sure.
Tight ends.
Sure. You're going to like my fucking tight end list. I feel like I'm going to get ripped apart.
5. I went with a homer pick. Dalton Kincaid. My name is Dalton.
I was confused about that. What happened to
Whether it's
Knox?
He's there.
Okay.
Yep. Well, we drafted a guy that's much better on the offensive side of things. Knox can block and use that as a ruse, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, he only comes in to block. Really, a lot in the preseason, he didn't run a lot of routes. Dalton Kincaid came in as a slot receiver. They can also play the 12 formation, which is both of them out there. Knox in to block is the 6, and he can chip off to the side, and Kincaid is just the 3rd receiver. He's a receiver as a tight end.
Okay. My question to you, put yourself in Josh Allen's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting this new guy in your tight end. Is he in tight end 1 or tight end 2?
On the depth chart, I'm not quite sure. I mean, Knox was rated very high last year for fantasy.
That's what I'm
rankings.
saying.
He was
Like-
ranked at like 6 or 7. He would not be ranked that this year, in my opinion.
So if he's coming in at TE2 and you run the 12 man,
He's not really.
you're gonna go to fucking. What's his name?
Who? Kincaid?
Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go to Kincaid before you go to your best homie Stephon Diggs, who's always open,
Mm-hmm.
and before Knox, who caught so many fucking touchdown catches last season.
He caught some big ones, yeah. He caught like some important.
And
ones,
you're not
yeah.
gonna go to your best homie Gabe Davis,
Also, didn't show up every single week.
but still you have years with playing with these people.
Right. I mean, that's why it's hard for when you bring somebody in. But there's no way any other like outlet outside of either, Western New York or whoever's a Bills fan, or even most Bills fans probably said this too. Everyone was saying they have to draft a receiver. They have to get another weapon besides Diggs. They did not. Most people don't trust in Gabe Davis. And Dawson Knox, you could say he had a decent year, but he didn't really crush. He didn't have a lot of catches. Like it was definitely a down year. He caught some big touchdowns in some big situations, same as Gabe Davis, as he always does. They call him big game Gabe. Where are you the rest of the season? Leading the fucking league in drops. So they said they have to get a receiver, and they go.
But with
and then what everyone says,
Whatever, I'll let
almost
you go.
done, almost done.
You go ahead.
So what everyone says is they didn't get a receiver. Oh, my God, they're idiots. They got another tight end. They already have Dawson Knox. Same as what you're saying. But he's not a fucking tight end. He's a receiver. He's a skinny-ass fucking tight end who runs slot routes. Call him Swole Beasley. He's going to be the number 2.
Swole Beasley. All right.
Number 2. In Buffalo. It'll be Diggs, then him.
Okay.
But
You hope.
it has to be.
Fade Johnny.
It literally
Fade
has to
Johnny.
be, or else, it's going to be the same thing every year. There's my 5. There's my run on Kincaid. Number 4, I have Kelsey taking a down year.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
How do you like that one?
That's a great one. I love it. Okay.
Kelsey having a down year at number 4, but still being a top 5 tight end. I mean, come on, let's be real. Then I had George Kittle, who's just money if he stays healthy. Mark Andrews, who is injured. Again, didn't know that when I made this list earlier in the week. I'm like, fuck. How did they hold this information for me? I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I still think he's the second tight end. And number 1 this year, he's been in a little bit of a holdout, wanting a new contract, not really showing up at practice, but Vikings tight end, TJ Hawkinson, is going to be the number 1 fantasy tight end this year.
Really?
Yep. Jefferson cannot continue to have just the best year after year. They're going to build a defense around him, especially in the divisional games. Green Bay with a good defense, Detroit who's going to be better, and then the Bears who are,
My
Bears.
problem with Justin is who's going to throw it to him.
Oh, you're talking about Hawkinson? Or to
No,
Justin
to
Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
Kirk Cousins, baby. Captain Kirk.
Yeah, okay.
He's the most
What is he, 90?
quarterback we have.
What is he,
Besides
90?
the car.
He's fucking old.
He's probably in his mid-30s, closer to 40 than 30.
Okay,
I'd have
for
to guess.
football years, that's 90. Unless you're Tom fucking
Might even
Brady.
be no, he's around that age. I think he's in.
Unless
I think
you're
he's in
Tom
90 or
fucking
91.
Brady, that is 90
Might
old
be
man.
91. Yeah, I think he's 32.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is just very regimented, and he'll say, "Okay, where's my reads? Is it here? Is it here? Is it not? I'm either going to throw it away. At big times in the game, yes, he'll have to throw it, and on night games, he's awful. It's just a guaranteed fact.
That night vision when you're 90 really fucking fucks with the guy. I'm telling you.
These lights are too bright. Can you turn them down?
I'm seeing reflections.
Can you turn the sun back on?
Oh, shit. You want to hear my top 5 tight ends? You're going to laugh at this list. It's great.
Boy. Give me the tighties.
So, number 5, I went the other way. I went with Dawson Knox.
Okay.
Because I like that fucking guy. I had him last year in a non-pay fantasy league, and he gave me some fucking points.
You started him each week?
Yeah. Why the fuck not?
I was gonna say if he
Came
had
in third, but
Yeah, it's a good season.
Right.
You also had Josh Allen. So.
Yeah, well, you know. Number 4, I had Kittle.
Yep.
Number 3
Solid.
is the only Dallas I'll have on my team, Dallas Goddard.
Oh, that's what you're saying, you sneaky bastard. I like that.
Number 2, I just can't put him at number 1, is Travis Kelce.
Nice. I respect that.
And my number 1 is probably going to be a surprise for a lot of people, but
Gesicki?
I'm telling you,
He's not in Miami anymore.
no, I'm telling you right now
Yes.
that this team is going to be phenomenal, and it's a sleeper team. Njoku.
Wow.
That dude,
He's a big boy.
he's a big boy. He can haul in the fucking passes, and he can take a fucking hit. This dude,
Is he in Green Bay?
Cleveland.
Oh, it's Cleveland. That's right.
Cleveland. With
And
a
you're
full
a
season.
big believer in the Cleveland offense too.
I am. Just because we got a guy that's an ex-felon. I mean,
He's a
who's
piece
gonna
of shit,
who's
but
gonna
he's a good
fuck with that
quarterback.
guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to root for them, but I'm telling you, they're gonna be a fucking powerhouse. Cleveland, Cincinnati, that fucking region of the fucking country that doesn't exist.
Rust Belt Wasteland.
The fucking part that doesn't exist is gonna be a big fucking name, and they gotta fucking show out for East Palestine. So
Wow.
look out for fucking Ohio.
Okay, watch out for Ohio this year. That's a bold prediction. I went with Florida State winning the ACC. You went with watch out for Ohio this
Watch
year.
out for Ohio.
He said watch out for Ohio, baby.
All right, we're gonna go to wide receivers.
Give me those fucking wide ass receivers.
So again, I went with names I knew and not so much what I know about them. Actually, a lot of them I do know a lot
I don't
about.
even know where people are, dude. I've taken 4 shots already from this episode. Lord save me.
Number 5, I have Jamar Chase.
It's a good one.
Where's
Watch
he
out for Ohio.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought he was from Ohio.
Watch out for Ohio.
Number 4, Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
Number 3,
He's a fucking tool.
I don't give a shit. He's good. Number 3, just because his name is after a pharaoh, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown.
First of all,
Love the pick.
for my number 3 pick, I had him last year, consistently over 20 points. Consistently.
Look out for fucking Detroit, baby.
The-
Detroit.
The only time that he
Rock City.
didn't have over 20 points is when he fucking was hurt.
Yes, he was a little injury prone, I think.
He was.
Towards the end of the year, but he's not a big guy. But
I
he
think we
produced.
figured that shit out, though.
He produced.
He's fucking amazing. Number 2, you can't fucking leave him off your list. Cooper Kupp.
The Cupster.
You
Can
got-
you not leave him off your list?
Did you
Shit,
leave
I
him
might
off? You left him off your list.
have. Shit, I might have.
And number 1, just because they are the fabulous duo, and I think they will go down as the fabulous duo.
Ooh, who is it?
The Cheetah. Tyreek
God.
Hill.
Tyreek.
Bro, I know you're going to talk shit about my number 1 pick, but you cannot dispute the numbers. That
can't dispute his
motherfucker,
speed.
The motherfucker just produces points.
He makes a mid-ass quarterback like Tua look like he could be an MVP quarterback.
Yes.
Without him, Tua is what he was the year before.
Exactly.
Waddle
and
Waddle is
Tyreek
good.
and
Yes,
Waddle
yes.
on either side of the field.
It takes away some attention to either of them, and they're both really good.
I would not get both of them on your same fantasy football team, but those are my top 5
They
to
both
look
were
at.
I think top 6, 7
Yeah, but
last
what are you
year.
going to do on a bye week if you got a flex position?
True. Well, you wouldn't want them as your top. Well, that's the thing is you could only get them as your top 2 because they're both that good.
They're going third, fourth round. They're going third, fourth round, and they're going back to back.
Yeah. I believe that. So I did have Tyreek on there. I did not have Waddle. And Waddle is probably in my top 10. Very close, 6 or 7.
The problem with Waddle is he drops the important ones.
The problem with the Dolphins is I think they might be semi-figured out in this year.
I don't know, man.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's the second year for the McDaniel offense, and
The
we'll
thing
see.
that I'm saying is you got to score against our defense.
Defense in Miami is a little sus.
I don't know, man.
You guys are going to be a much better offensive team than defensive team this year. I would go out on a limb and say offensive ranking for the Dolphins will still be pretty good. Defense will be either at middle or below.
Really?
But Tua, if he
Fade
stays healthy,
Johnny.
it's all about Fade Johnny. It's all about if Tua stays healthy for that offense.
100% is all
Like
about
you
Tua.
said earlier, who was it when Lamar gets hurt? Will they play for the team or whatever team you're saying? Like, if someone gets hurt and they start tanking, they don't win games.
Yeah.
Is the defense really going to rally behind
Yeah.
the team?
Yeah, are they? Like, if we go kill Aaron Rodgers,
That's it. The Jets.
is the
yes.
Jets defense really going to rally behind its team to keep them close?
Yeah.
In order for their second string to fucking bring them back?
Same could be said about Tua.
Yeah, but
Because if he gets one more concussion,
who's
he's probably
our
done.
number? So I am such a bad sports fan.
You guys got Mike White, the legend of Mike White, the one who Milano killed.
Let's fucking go.
Bring on Mike White.
Isn't
You
that
guys
the-
almost beat us with
isn't that the
Skylar
guy-
Thompson last year.
Isn't Mike White the guy that fucked a mom?
No, that's Zach Wilson.
Oh, fuck.
that was the one he's still in New York. That's not shot worthy. That's
All right.
just like who the hell is that? You gotta fuck up like city names or like who a guy plays for, which I've probably done even more times than I've taken a shot of this fucking episode. I've taken 4 or 5 already.
So who you got for your wide receivers?
My wide receivers. Okay, there's a couple names in there that you had. I had my boy Diggs. Love Steph.
Number 5?
Number 5.
You had him at number 5? I thought that was going to be way higher than for you.
No, because he's going to take a step back again because of all the drama he's had, and he's
Is it-
still going to produce, but he's
is it
not going to
drama?
be. Dude,
Or
he
is it-
has been a problem.
Or is it fake news?
I don't know what his deal is, but when I went one day. It was the last day of training camp. He did get
With SP's free tickets?
It was our free tickets. We all got. Well, I ordered them, and SP was supposed to go, but he had COVID.
Yeah.
And he just looked kind of off, just a little, pissed at everything. And then he got hurt, and everyone was freaking out, was silent. And then he gets up and jogs back. And then the next play, he comes over and he starts yelling at one of the second-year cornerbacks, Kyer Elam, about what the hit that got him hurt. I mean, like, you motherfucker, you fucking hurt me in practice. You suck. Like, you can't cover. Learn how to fucking cover right and not tackle someone to the ground. Because there's no referees in these drills. So it's like, I see both sides. He's like, I'm just trying to fucking be the best I can. I have to guard Stephon fucking Diggs. What do you expect?
Well,
I'm gonna hold ya.
you also have to realize that these motherfuckers are prima donnas now.
Of course they are.
So, I mean,
And Diggs is a very, very emotional person.
good. We need more emotion.
He's good at it.
We have way more emotion.
Spreads it.
With way more emotion with Josh Allen, and I'm not gonna lie, I liked watching Buffalo more than I like watching fucking Miami last year, because of Josh
fun.
Allen's fucking.
He's got passion.
He's got passion,
Got
and he
passion.
just loves playing the fucking
He
game.
loves playing football.
and that's awesome.
I love watching him play
I love
football.
watching him play
Yeah.
football.
Him watching Josh Allen play football, whether you're rooting for him or rooting against him, is a fucking unbelievable experience. It's like watching Mahomes. I'm telling you, it's like
It's better than watching Mahomes. Mahomes has that fag walk, and it's just bad. I'm so glad we're not on YouTube right now.
That only flies on Rumble. Oh my fuck! I only got to 5 on my wide receiver list, bro. I'm in fucking tears. All right, we can agree that we like watching Josh Allen and Pat do their thing. Yeah. Anywho, number 4, I had Justin Jefferson. He was the number 1 receiver last year.
You just can't deny the points on that one.
Yeah.
You just can't.
What are you gonna say? He's
I mean,
not a top 5 receiver in fantasy.
I just don't like Kirk Cousins, so I couldn't put him on my list.
Diggs and Jefferson at 4 and 5 could easily be 1 2.
Yeah, that's insane for me, for you.
You know what I mean? Insane. I mean, they really are. I had Tyreek at 3 because he's the cheetah.
All right.
Is he going to do work? You know he's going to do work. He doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Mike White probably, if Tua goes down, if he goes down, and I actually hope he doesn't because it would be a better story for the team in the NFL if he doesn't get hurt.
It'd be a better story for Buffalo, you fucking asshole.
Oh, if he goes down, yeah.
No, it'd be a better story if he plays and you beat us. That'd be a better story.
You guys could beat us. I mean, it's been proven. Well,
but
he did lose the other one. It was 2-1, but he didn't play the third game.
But even for your number 3 pick, my number 1 pick, even if Tua goes down, this motherfucker can catch it 3 yards behind line of scrimmage and fucking take it to the house. So that's
not matter.
Ooh, so many points.
You and I could throw him the fucking ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and Tua is good enough to make him better.
Yeah.
And to also have Waddle and dude, they're very good, those two. And I think Tyreek will be right up there, top 3. Last 2 I had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Nice.
I love the Pharaoh line. I didn't think of that when I was going through my list. I fucking love it. Wish I wore my fucking cats down under the stars hat this time. He's a beast. And then I had number 1, did not appear on your list, A.J. Brown of the Eagles. Not a popular number 1 pick.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
think-
you still can't deny the numbers.
Again, the numbers are there. Devonta Smith, he is going to eat up a lot of the targets too as well, and he's more of like the Tyree Flyer type. Like A.J. Brown is going to get you touchdowns, and I think what Eagles are going to want to do this year, we'll see what happens. Steichen's gone. I think they're going to want to throw the ball a little bit more with Hurts.
I need an alternate as well.
Yeah.
I need a number 6 because I completely forgot somebody, and I think he deserves to be on a list.
Oh, let's hear it.
And it is a Devontae Adams.
Oh yes, we
believe-
did not get him. We did not get him on either of our lists.
I believe
this was a disrespect to Devontae.
Yeah, I think he deserves to be on the list.
Okay. I did not have him on there. He was a close. He was probably 6. Waddle at 7. There guys like Mike Evans. Those days are over because Brady's gone, and you got Baker Mayfield throwing you the fucking ball down there.
Mayfield.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Deebo Samuel probably would have been tossed around in a couple circles as well. He's an everything guy. Wide receiver, running back, everything. So, yeah, I like Devontae's definitely should be in the top 5. I could probably seriously replace Amon-Ra St. Brown with any of those guys.
Yeah.
But I think St. Brown's going to be a beast.
I think he's going to put
Go
up
Detroit.
points. Yeah, for sure.
Detroit.
They got grit.
They got grit.
They
baby.
got grit.
Biting your kneecaps, motherfucker. Did you hear that Dan Campbell likes to bake?
I got you see that motherfucker pulling out cupcakes.
I can't get the fucking recipe right.
My sourdough has gone stale.
I shit you not.
That's awesome. My sourdough is just fucked
Although
up.
you may question the source because they were replaying all day today on the herd, the best of football. So like he had off. He's off this week or probably the beginning of next week or whatever. So they're just doing like reruns.
Okay.
And it was all about like NFL or college football. Perfect. And I was like, that's all we're going to talk about. So he goes and right at the end he goes, "What do you think about Dan Campbell?" You know, and he was asking Chris Collinsworth.
Oh, Jesus.
Was the guest.
Did
So
he do the slide in?
He did not do the slide in. I don't believe, but I missed the beginning
No,
of it
you
because I wasn't
missed.
paying attention. And I looked at it. I'm like, what is this? Like Chris Collinsworth talking to him. All right. And they asked about Dan Campbell, and he goes, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding with Dan Campbell. I asked his wife, is he really like that intense and whatever at home? And she goes, oh no, he actually really likes to bake. And he's intense about that too. So then Collinsworth asked him, like,
Of course.
is this
he did.
legit? Like Dan Campbell was there too. He goes, yeah, but it takes me a really long time to get through the right recipe. So I end up throwing stuff out for like almost a week or so and finally getting to the right thing. And I'm like, damn. Imagine that guy, how much fucking, like,
There are starving people in Africa, motherfucker.
yeah, Dan Campbell is just tossing cookies and sourdough out the window until he gets the right recipe.
Oh, that's burnt. Throw it out.
Not enough softness. Too tough. The crust isn't thick enough.
I added the baking powder before the flour. I fucked up.
I love Dan Campbell. I don't know if you knew that about Dan Campbell.
That's
though.
fucking awesome.
The
I
man
love
likes
it.
to bake. All right, final category.
Final category, the QBs.
The quarterbacks.
What do you
Okay.
got?
Let's stick in Detroit with Dan Campbell. How about that lead in?
Are you going with Jared Goff at number
Jared
5?
Goff.
Wow, that's a big one.
Bold move. Bold move, Cotton. The only bold one I have on here.
Okay.
Besides my number one. But I just love Detroit this year. I think they're going to be just as good. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Dan Campbell's grit in his baking, Jared Goff with another year in the system, him having hype. By the way, I didn't have it was Akers wasn't on there and Cooper Kupp wasn't on there because I think Matt Stafford and the Rams are completely fucked. They're going to be like bottom feeders and probably end up drafting Caleb Williams.
Didn't they only
He's my
have
other
like
one.
2 wins last year?
He had 4,
Okay.
I believe. 4 or 5. I don't know. Baker Mayfield won one
Good
against
season,
Denver.
boys. Good
Yeah.
season.
Something to really, put your hat on. But I have Jared Goff at 5. I think that it's now becoming clear that after the one Super Bowl the Rams got, Detroit has won the trade since then, and Jared Goff is going to do very well this year. At number 4, taking a little bit of a drop off from 1 on everyone's list, the fag, Patty Mahomes. I didn't mean that. But BJFF said it, and I've had a little bit too much to drink. Patrick Mahomes, Kermit the Frog at number 4, and I'll have Justin Herbert at number 3.
Justin Herbert.
Big year for the Chargers.
Do you think so?
Yes. It's got to be now. They just got Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator from Dallas, who's a genius. He left them as an offensive coordinator in Dallas to go to the Chargers just to be the same position. Lateral movement.
You know why I can't put him on my list?
Why?
Because I love
The
Phil.
hair?
I love Phil too much.
Oh, you respect the legend so much?
I respect the 13 prodigy.
He's having another?
Get the fuck out of here. That
Yes.
dude's got so many kids.
I think he's going on 14.
Jesus Christ.
They just announced it.
Fucking
2 years out of the league.
Jesus Christ. I mean, he's got the money, but my boy Phillip Rivers, I had him on every single fantasy football team that I was
He was
ever
a good
in.
fantasy quarterback.
Always.
He was a good fantasy quarterback.
And you should put Justin Herbert in because it translates, the offense translates to him so well.
Mm-hmm.
And if Phil was putting up so much fucking numbers, why wouldn't Justin? But
Yeah.
just in because of the legacy.
Yeah,
He's
and
off
then the
my
kids,
list.
and he's also he's expecting. So it's like the curse of Rivers. you
Oh,
know?
Justin's expecting?
No.
Oh.
Phillip Rivers is expecting.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's like it's one of
there's
those.
another
years.
kid, you're fucked.
He's had 14 kids if you think about it. He's probably only fucked 14 times in his life.
Isn't he a morbid?
I don't know.
He's some religious thing or something.
He just loves
Born
having
again or
kids.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Very
probably
religious.
with Elon Musk and thinks it's
Hey,
depopulation, you know?
He's going to repopulate the earth with Elon Musk's and Phillip Rivers.
Genghis Khan did it.
Genghis Khan. So you're going to... All right, we're going to get that into an Astro Anthology episode where we pull out the pros and cons of Phillip Rivers, Elon Musk, and Genghis Khan. Really combine all of them. Every single thing that we do here on Leaving Earth. Justin Herbert has not been playing well in the last few years. Well, he's been playing fine. He just had an amazing rookie season, really good second season, okay third season. Now this is contract year time. Or no, he just got paid. That's right. He just got paid. I think with a new receiver that he got, Quentin Johnson. By the way, did you see what I changed my fantasy team name? And I'm in an all-liberal league. QAnon Johnston.
That's awesome.
and it's Quentin Johnston. If you look it up, I made on Paint, just simple fucking Microsoft Paint. I took the guy with a QAnon fucking sign and just put Quentin Johnston's face on it. His long hair. And I was like, dude. And the entire, like, the one guy, like, laughed. I was like, ah. He was like, ha. Everyone else was like, that fucker. How can you joke about that? We're giving him a platform in this league.
That's awesome.
We're giving him a platform for his hatred. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, Justin Herbert at 3. And then to round out my top 2, I got Sir Joshua Allen at number 2. Usually, what are you going to say?
Nothing. I'm
You're going to put him one, I know it.
Nope, I wasn't going to say anything.
He was number 2 last year, to be fair. Patrick Mahomes finished first. The year, I believe 2 years before that, Josh Allen was the number 1 fantasy quarterback for 2 years in a row. Same thing. Less running, more passing. Get it the fuck together. To the number 1, Jalen Hurts.
That's not a bad number 1.
Jalen Hurts is the new age fantasy quarterback. He is going to not take a step back. Stop believing that he would take a step back. Shut the fuck up. The Eagles are going to be in it every year. Deal with it.
So this might be me going years back and just going on what I know.
I like that.
But number 5 is, like I said, look out for Cleveland or look out for Ohio.
Oh, my God.
Deshaun Watson.
Pray for the massage therapist in that town.
Listen. Just because he likes to get it whacked doesn't mean he's not a good football player.
He is an amazing football player, but I think he's a little washed. I'd have him in my top 10.
Number 4, I have
for Ohio.
Jalen Hurts.
Wow, nice. I was surprised he would crack your top 5.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe you'd have him off.
Made it to the ship.
That he did.
There is one person that I left off that is
egregious.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it.
Number 3 is Lamar Jackson.
That's a good one. I left him off of mine, but he should be up there if he's upright.
Number 2 is, again, look out for Ohio, Mr. Joe Burrow. Joe Burr.
Joey Burr.
And number 1.
Who did you leave off?
Number 1 is Josh Allen.
Wow, he left off Mahomes.
I left off Mahomes.
All right, give me your rant. Why does Mahomes suck?
Just look at the motherfucker. First of all,
way to catch yourself.
Isn't he? Doesn't he have a kid now?
He has 2.
He has 2 kids now.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he just buy a home?
He did. He just had a brother that was arrested in the offseason, too.
He just had a brother that was arrested
for like groping someone.
There's a lot of things that are. Isn't he being followed by like a TV crew for a reality series?
Yep, he was. But that's the thing is, he was last year, and he won the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, but did he?
Didn't even matter. Did he not win the Super Bowl?
I don't think he won the Super Bowl. If the fucking paint on the field wasn't so goddamn fucking thick, then the Eagles might have standed a chance. But I think we're going to see the crumbling. I think we're going to see the crumbling of Patrick Mahomes.
I would
if he can't
hate to see it, man.
If he can't get the ball to Kelsey, he has no game.
Well, that is very, very true. So did you have Kelsey on your list? You had.
I did have Kelsey on my list.
So I had a theory that if the whole thing only works if Andy Reid, Mahomes, and Kelsey are in it.
Yeah.
And that's if one of those 3 left the triumvirate, it wouldn't be as powerful. So eventually, one of them is going to break down first, and I think it would be Travis Kelsey, and it would be a tough thing to overcome for Mahomes to always have that outlet.
And
guy.
Kelsey's not a young gun no more.
No, he's getting up there.
And you take
he
one.
takes a lot of those hits.
You take one shot to the legs, and your fucking ACL gets blown up.
Dude, look what happened to Gronkowski's arm by the end of his career.
No shit.
He was fucking sideways.
Yeah, and he had to fucking wear a goddamn cast out there every single fucking time.
Illegal. Should never be fucking used.
He was out there fucking throwing elbows like a UFC fighter.
He drove his fucking big club into Tre'Davious White's head the one game. I was like, fucker, dude. I loved Gronk before that. He's a little scumbag. And he's on every single commercial. Yeah, I mean, I think Mahomes in general could take a step back here because how could they just run it right back? No one runs it right back anymore. And if they do, God bless them. But, I mean, I still had him at 4, and that's a drop back from him. Who knows? I mean, I had in my predictions, I had them missing the playoffs.
I will go into my sleepers, and then you can go into your bus.
Okay.
Or you can go into your sleepers and then go into the bus.
Okay.
My sleepers, and this, we'll go with number 3. Can't remember why I picked him.
That's your sleeper?
Greg Zerlin.
Greg Zerline. Greg the leg. Massive leg. Big kicker.
Is he a Jets kicker?
No. Wait. Yes.
That's why I picked him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to jive well with this offense, and I think that they're going to need a lot of kicks.
Yeah, he's they call him Legatron or Greg the Leg. He's played for, I think he played for LA, and then he played for Dallas. So he bombed the ball. So if your league gives you extra points for 50-yarders, 60-yarders, or such, he's gonna get you quite a few of those. But he's a little wild. He's got a big leg, but he doesn't aim it always perfectly as your Justin Tuckers, or your Danny Carlsons. So he, I'll say he definitely deserves to be up there. I almost.
But
put
if
him in
you're
my
having
top 5.
50 shots a game, I mean, you're gonna make some points,
Yeah,
right?
That's a good point of the Jets. They might not be as good as everyone thinks they are. Rodgers wasn't in any of our top 5s, and we don't really think he's gonna be that great. Fuck, he's 39 years old. So yeah, I like that bet.
At
That's
number
that's a good
2,
sleeper.
my number 2 bet is also following the same lines, and that is Tyler Conklin.
Oh,
First of all, you got Conklin. I mean, just the name alone.
like that? Good football name.
I think it's a good football name, isn't it?
I'd agree.
Isn't it a second generation or third generation?
He might be. Yes, I think he is a couple generations.
Okay, and I think that he is going to be the short offensive target. So if Aaron doesn't have the long arm like everybody thinks he does, and he's going to have to go short, and he's going to have to go quick because he ain't got nobody to protect him.
In no time, yes.
Yeah,
Mekhi Becton is not the answer, New York.
So all of these shots with the fucking receiver that thinks he's hot shit and the Jets, he ain't going to get no balls because he ain't going to have no time. So the tight end is your fucking check down. You're going to go to him a lot. That is my number 2 sleeper.
Okay.
My number 1 sleeper, and I can't believe that this motherfucker was number 27 on people's lists. Raheem Mostert.
Mostert.
Now-
You want some Mostert?
The reason that I have
You guys
to...
just traded or got rid of Myles Gaskin too, so
Let's
really
go.
gives them a
So,
fucking good idea.
The reason I want to go back about your running back not being the guy that you see.
Yes, and I apologize for going against your profession because you will always be able to have a job.
That's all right.
You'll just run the robots.
That's perfect.
At least as a sales rep, they can actually create fucking fake people to sell them shit. So where the fuck am I going? We're already using AI in our fucking lives.
What are you going to do?
I'm not Josh Allen, everybody, even though everyone thinks I look like him.
But so you said that running backs aren't like the face of the franchise.
That's how they're viewed. I don't agree with it.
Now, with my personal opinion, I know this is not the majority opinion. I watch Miami for Mostert.
Really? Not for Tua. Not for Tyreek.
I look for Tua
Not for
for the
your
crazy
coach.
hands.
Oh,
I look
boy.
for Tua for the crazy hands. I look for Waddle for the dance.
They're very
I look
similar.
for Tyree to just take
Speed.
one and speed. But I look for Mostert to make the 20-yard fucking gains and really bring their fucking team into the fucking game.
He's a strong guy.
That motherfucker just runs.
You didn't have him in your top.
The reason I didn't have him in my top is because there were weeks, and I didn't know the running back situation,
Yes.
but there were weeks where Mostert doesn't start. And I think it's a shame, and I think he should be the starter.
Yeah.
And when he is the starter, he breaks out for 40 fucking yards.
I think he will now. I mean, I think with Gaskin gone, it's going to be the Mostert show.
So-
you're on to something there. That's a really good sleeper.
if he's the start, I'm fucking
Yeah.
picking him. He's putting him in my top 5.
That's a really, really fucking good sleeper. So you want me to go busts?
No, go your sleepers, and
You
then
want
we'll
me to
go
go sleepers?
Yeah,
Okay.
then we'll go both.
So number 3, sleeper. And I went real sleepy for this one. Really, though. So he's not going to be probably drafted. You can get him on waiver wires easily because no one's ever heard of him outside of this region. Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker is a running back rookie from Syracuse. Okay? He is a fucking beast. 5'10", a quick and big. He's like a little bowling ball. Huge, like, quads, just fucking big dude. Good runner. The reason that he wasn't drafted higher and that no one thought he could actually make it in the NFL is because he had a heart problem when he was in college.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm. They found it at the combine, or like a medical physical after he finished his college season. So they're like, oh. So they pulled back, and he ended up in lowly-ass fucking Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay with either Kyle Trask or fucking, what's his name? Jesus Christ. Baker Mayfield, who will probably get kicked out of there about halfway through the year. They're going to be awful. So they're going to be running the ball. They're going to be bringing out young guys to try to like see what they're worth.
Yeah.
Sean Tucker is going to make a name for himself this year. In theory, you could fade Johnny, but I think that team's going to be so bad that they're just going to roll him out. I think Rashad White's the current running back there. Who knows? You know, running backs get injured a lot. If you're a second running back or third running back in line, and it's like that team's going to be bad, and he has the talent, he's going to be overlooked in a lot of different leagues, and you could just pick him up on waiver wires. As soon as, you know, let's say someone takes Rashad White. You wouldn't waste a draft pick on him.
Yeah.
But if one of your guys go down and he's still there and you know, in week 3 or 4, take a look. If not, if you're feeling ballsy and it's a deep enough league, go with Sean Tucker. I like the pick.
It's your pick.
All right, number 2. I can't believe this guy didn't come up at all in any of your lists. He's a total sleeper for this year. It's Derek fucking Carr.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want
It's
to
your boy,
I
dude.
didn't want to give him too much hype, bro.
Oh, my Lord. You didn't want to jinx Derek Carr like
Yeah.
you didn't have enough going against him? Sure. I will. So, last night I pulled off a trade in the Dynasty League. And
That was the Dynasty League?
That was the Dynasty League. Oh, yeah. I went out and I traded Evan Ingram, tight end, good tight end, Jacksonville, solid, and Deion Jackson, who could be the starting running back in Indy, unless it's the other rookie they got, Hall, and then they also, you know, of course they have Jonathan Taylor, but he's the whole situation, hurt, not practicing, wants his contract, whatever. So I traded those two because I had a really good tight end group. I have Hawkinson. You can notice a trend that most of it are on my Dynasty League, but I had Hawkinson. I had someone else. Oh, Hayden Hurst. And then, so I was like, I don't really need Ingram. Deion Jackson was tough to let go. I didn't have good quarterbacks. My second quarterback in a super flex league where you can play 2 quarterbacks was Brock Purdy.
That's not a bad one, though.
It's not bad, but it's like, dude, he's played like 7 games.
Yeah, but
George
proved
Clooney.
himself.
George Clooney's played more games than that. And he didn't show up in your sleeper, so I'm worried that he's showing up in your bust, by the
No,
way.
he's not
for
showing
Jimmy
up in my bust.
Jimmy GQ.
I still truly believe that the Raiders are winning this year.
Yeah. All right. Without Derek Carr, without my guy at number 2, I think he could put up decent numbers down there in New Orleans. Don't take him as your number 1 quarterback, but
Who's
definitely
the
look.
fucking
He probably won't go until later
Breeze?
rounds. in most
He is
leagues.
the next Breeze.
He, you know, he tries to style his game like Breeze. He'll never be as good as Breeze.
Are you sure?
He's just not as like.
He
quick
hasn't had the
processing.
weapons like Breeze.
Bro, you had Devontae Adams.
Yeah, and how they did well last year.
They did okay. Devontae Adams, Jacobs.
They made it to the house.
Yeah, I mean they did a good enough.
They did good enough job to
did
make
enough
it to the house.
to the dance. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
they didn't make it to the ship, but they made it to the house.
I'll place a wager on this because you think that the Raiders are going to go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just say, head to head, straight up, whatever we can decide on.
Okay.
Points of the competition or actual American Denali.
Okay.
The Saints will have a better record than the Raiders this year.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Derek Carr, take you to the promised land. Smoking the car, baby. Bring it on. And then number one sleeper for this season. Now, I want to say that you went interesting on the kicker avenue. Because a lot of the sleepers that I think of are like sleepers at like receiver because it's like so deep. Give me my boy. Another rookie.
Let me see your later because mine's dead now.
I'm going to toss you the Regal. What does this say?
Reggae.
One Love Reggae.
Reggae.
Reggae. Don't worry.
Be happy.
Smoke the car. Number 1 wide receiver sleeper in the NFL fantasy football this upcoming season is my boy QAnon Johnston. Probably won't be targeted as much, but if you look at it, he's easily the number 2 or 3 on a team that should pop in formerly known as the San Diego Chargers in LA. But I love Herbert, and I love that they absolutely fucking stole Kellen Moore from Dallas and said, Dak, go fuck yourself. This guy's better. This guy's got better weapons. We're going to run my offense here, and it's going to work. It's going to work. They're winning the division. They're kicking the Chiefs off that fucking AFC West pedestal so that if the Chiefs want to go to the playoffs, and they would probably, most likely, it ain't going to run through fucking Kansas City anymore. And it ain't going to be the Bills to do it. They're going to do that. It ain't going to be the Chiefs or the Bengals to do that. It'll be the Chargers that make that happen. The Chargers win the division. Guess what?
They've got to hope for
Chiefs
a
got to
playoff.
go on the road.
They got to wait for a wild
They got to
card.
win a wild card spot like everybody else.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fucking suck, Chief Kingdom. Hooah!
What do you got for
Let's
your
go,
bust?
QAnon Johnson.
QAnon Johnson.
Bust this year. Give me Jerick McKinnon at number 3.
Okay.
Chiefs running back. We'll stay with the Chiefs.
Okay.
He's used predominantly as a third down running back, and he probably wouldn't be like that much of a bust. That's why I have him at number 3. But like he is consistently picked in drafts or used like as like a flex player or whatever, like whatever leagues. Like just missed that this whole year. There is no, just don't take any Chiefs running back. A bust would be Clyde Edward-Helaire or Tide / Jerick McKinnon.
Okay.
Don't bother. They're going to be down in games. Their defense isn't going to be as good. If Chris Jones doesn't re-sign, they're not going to be nearly as good. He probably will, but if he misses the first 6 or 7 games, they're going to be passing a lot. Sky Moore is the only, receiver / running back, whatever he is, that you might look at a deeper league. But if it ain't fucking Kelsey, maybe my boy Richie James, who was a close sleeper. He's looking good, Richie James. You shouldn't take any Kansas City running back whatsoever.
Okay.
Second bust, I mean, it's like you take a certain position which has to have points, but in some leagues, at the super flex, you got to have 2 good quarterbacks. Stay away from Matt Stafford. Stay the farthest the fuck away from Matt Stafford at this point of his career. They're going to suck, and they're going to get replaced by Caleb Williams. If you got him in a dynasty league, sell high. Sell now. They're going to suck. He doesn't even know their names. Did you hear that story?
No.
Matt Stafford came out and asked one of the trainers or the guys that they work with, print me out a book of everyone's picture and name so I could start like getting to know everybody because I don't know anyone's names. What? You can just walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, man, how's it going? I'm Matt Stafford." Like, are you shitting me? I don't remember anyone's names. I'm sure it's like sometimes like it's okay to not admit everything, Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt. What's your name?
Yeah, I need a fucking book of pictures to understand what everyone's name is so I can get to know them. How are you? Hi, I'm Matt Stafford, Super Bowl winning quarterback. One and done, Rams.
One.
One and done. Detroit won the trade. They're winning the trade now. So far, it's slanted Rams for the 1, but we'll see how that shakes out. I don't see Jared Goff bringing a Super Bowl to Detroit, but it just looks funny. They're gonna suck. Should have held on to Baker Mayfield. He might have given him a shot.
Shit. Number 1?
Aaron Rodgers.
Damn.
Fuck the Jets.
All right. That was a bold prediction for your number one bust. I mean,
Yeah, he's going to have a great season.
you gotta still fucking remember that it's Aaron fucking Rodgers, bro.
Fade Johnny if you want to, people.
I'm just
Fade
saying.
Johnny if you want to. I don't care.
Well,
My thing is on Aaron Rodgers is that he's 30-9, and he ain't Tom Brady. He's better golf than Tom Brady, but he ain't Tom.
you're gonna be pissed at my bust.
Let's hear it.
Number 3, Mark Andrews.
That's a bold one. He's a little banged up, but you think his era's done?
I
Yeah.
think it's over.
Oh, interesting.
Number 2, Justin Jefferson.
Wow. Okay.
I think he's gonna be a major bust this year.
Major bust. Do you think it's just not gonna be Kirk Cousins? That's your point.
Yep.
Is that Kirk is just not good?
It's not that he's not good, but he's washed up.
Yeah, he's getting there. Not as washed as 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers, though.
You ready for this one? This one's gonna break the internet.
Oh boy. Hold on. BJFF's number one bust. Clip this, chat. Clip it.
Austin Eckler.
Wow. I actually do have fighting words on that. Fuck. What do you mean, Austin Eckler?
I just don't
It's a
think
workhorse.
I just don't think he's gonna produce this year.
Wow. Okay. I'd see barring injury.
I don't
He
even
would
think he's
still
gonna
be
be
good.
injured. I think he's just not gonna produce.
Really?
Really?
So do you think it's more of a Charger problem or just a him problem, an Eckler not being able to produce problem?
I think it's gonna be a Charger problem. I think they're not gonna use
Wow.
the run as much.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. They're gonna wanna sling it.
I don't think he's gonna produce the points that everybody thinks he's gonna produce.
That's a really fucking good point. Recently, with Mike McCarthy in Dallas saying that he wants to run a different style offense than the way Kellen Moore ran it, is run the ball, ground and pound, get the lead, keep it with our really good defense.
That's Mike McCarthy.
That's Mike McCarthy.
What is the other guy?
Kellen Moore is let's fucking go. Air it
Gun,
out.
gun,
Yes,
gun,
boom.
gun.
Trick plays, motion, play action, RPOs. Wouldn't probably do that as much with
What
Justin
happened
Herbert,
to
but,
Ezekiel Elliott when this guy was running the fucking show?
I think with
What happened?
he got phased out, but he also got older, and he was a little bit out of his prime.
But still.
Eckler's in good shape.
But fucking Ezekiel Elliott?
You think he's going to be good in New England?
No, I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good now.
Right.
But in his prime, he got shut the fuck down by the fucking offensive coordinator.
he did get phased out a little.
A little.
I'm going to give you that, man. You might. Be
I mean,
onto something there.
I don't mind him.
BJF might have just uncovered the best bust that no one else had thought of. It's Austin Eckler. He went to the top. I thought I went to mid with mine, so that's a good one. That's a good one. I didn't come at any of yours though. I don't think. Did I?
What?
Did I hit any of yours in my bust? I don't think so.
No, God no. But yeah, I think that there's too much hype around the Chargers, as you very blatantly put it earlier in this episode. But I just don't think, as a point statistic in fantasy football, I don't think he's going to produce.
Okay, fair enough.
But now we're going to go to my realm of UFC.
Bring it! Are you ready to rumble? Are we about to get kicked off of Rumble? Or are we still good?
We're fucking phenomenal. We can go for as long as we want.
What
bro.
number are we on? We had 2?
Yeah.
Nice.
2 minutes away from 2.
Cheers to that, buddy.
Cheers. So UFC has been phenomenal recently. First of all,
It's been fucking very good cards.
We have
big cards.
we have alluded to something major that happened last
Yep.
weekend, and we need to bring it back up.
Bring it up.
So now that guy hit his bet of someone will die on the football field. That was Damar Hamlin, said to be playing this year. That's fake. Also, another person that hit their bet. Who was that? Oh yeah, that's right. BJF
Motherfucker.
hit his bet last weekend when Sean O'Malley became the undisputed champion of the UFC.
Yes. It was a bantamweight, right?
Yes.
Dude, I was cheering for it though because
I mean,
it was
come on, you had to be.
Sugar Sean.
You had to be. And he came out with the pink hair. I
Yep.
hope he drove his pink Lambo to the fucking stadium.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
You know, we watched that on a phone. I watched the final like round of it. Not even really the final.
Oh
round,
yeah,
just
you
the
were
end
at
of it.
SP's after party, weren't
Oh
you?
yeah, it was the night that SP got married, the 19th, and we're all in this conference room at the hotel, partying, playing drinking games, and the dude goes, "I got it right here," and all of a sudden because he had money on O'Malley as well. The kid
No
who was
shit.
watching it. All of a sudden he goes, "Oh, oh!" And then everyone like ran over there real quick. Oh, and we all like huddled around his phone, and we saw him just doing the fucking hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist. And we're like, "Whoa!" And at the time, I was pretty fucked up.
Oh.
And I remember the hammer fist. I didn't think that they called the fight too early, but some people do.
He was out.
Yeah, I think it was a fair call there.
I mean, you don't want Yamamoto in there and fucking waiting for 126 strikes to the face
Yeah,
before he calls it.
or a guy's completely out.
just out, and they're still
Yeah.
hitting him in the face. I think it was a good stoppage, but I guess it can be contested. Either way, since then, Dana White has come out and said, no, it's going to be Aljo and Merab, who are best friends in the UFC. They're going to be fighting to figure out who's going to fight Sean O'Malley for the title
Next.
shot. And if you don't like that, you can leave.
What do you mean? Like if you don't like
If you don't like
who's-
Merab, like Merab and Aljo are very good friends.
Yeah.
And Merab said, I will never fight that dude. So Dana White said, either you're fighting him
or you're not.
or you're not.
Yeah.
And if you're not,
Then get out.
bye-bye.
Get the fuck out! Really? Wow.
Yeah. So
Dana's
Dana's
okay.
kicking it up.
Good for him. Good for the sport though, because if the people want to see that fight, then they should push for it.
Yeah.
But it's a little extreme.
I think it's a good fight.
You should pay them well for it. If they don't really want to do it, give them a little extra. Money talks.
Yeah, that is true. Money talks. But let's go back a card even further. We'll go to UFC 291. I'm going to run down the top 5, the main card of that fight, just because it was a phenomenal fight. And if you can get it, go fucking watch it. It doesn't matter that it's past tense. It was a phenomenal card.
If you enjoy mixed martial arts, that was a good one.
Kevin Holland submitted Michael Chiesa.
I had that in submission. That was one of my hits.
Bobby Green submitted Tony Ferguson.
Did not have that. I had Tony.
Did not even submit him. He fucking put him to sleep.
He was
'Cause
sleeping on
Tony
the
was
fucking canvas.
yeah. Tony is a warrior, and he would not
Wouldn't-
tap.
Yeah, that's like the Holly Holm. They're warrior.
Our boy, my balls are hot. Now
Love that
has
guy.
a deal with fucking Manscaped. Derek Lewis KO'd Marcus Rogero de Lima.
Loved that.
That was a great KO too.
He was an underdog in that too, wasn't
Yes, he was.
Yeah, good for him.
Then you got Alex Pereira, who decisioned Jan Blachowicz, which I think should have went the other way.
Yeah, me too. Because I had Jan as the final fucking leg of my parlay.
Yeah.
I was livid. I'm like, what? But like, how?
Yeah, that was
Because they
insane.
wanted the third, right?
Yeah.
Because the John had won the first one.
Yep. No, Alex won the first one, and I believe Jan won second and third, but they're saying that Alex won third.
Oh, so that was the third.
Yeah, that was the third.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I did not agree with it. Obviously, I had money on it. I'm watching it a little bit biased. It was a good fight. Like, you could almost call that, and I always say you could almost call it a draw. It was
Yeah.
such a good
It was a very good fight. And then for the main event, Justin Gaethje knocks out Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal
That was
fight.
fun. That was fun.
And then
I
we
didn't.
get
I didn't want to. I remember I didn't want to take anything for that because I just wanted to have a single bet locked in. I had fucking Poirier though.
you had to take Poirier. He
Yeah.
won last time.
Yeah, I
mean-
don't know. It just seemed like the right thing. I think I also took maybe a second round or third round KO from him.
Yeah.
Great fight. Didn't see it coming. Neither did Poirier.
And then you have UFC 292, where Sean O'Malley fulfilled my prophecy.
Yep. Didn't watch much of that one.
There wasn't that good of fights. A lot of them came down to decisions in the main card. The best one was O'Malley.
So that means it takes a long time. That's why I was so fucking late when we were
Yeah.
watching. It was like 12:30, 12:45. Like,
3 out of the 5 of the main card went to decision.
yeah, that's gonna push it back.
It's
a bit.
it's a long night. But what I'm happy about is the shit that is coming up. Do you know the banger year that we've already had in fighting,
We've had a great year.
and then the banger year that's coming up.
Is it so? It's already into the beginning of next year.
No,
or just,
it's I've only have up until November,
wow.
and the next so the next big fight that's coming up is not even a card. It is a fight night, and that is Grasso versus Shevchenko 2.
Okay,
Shevchenko's trying to get her belt back, so that's a big fight.
that's a
coming
big
up.
one. We like the title fights.
Then you have
I like Shevchenko in
Adesanya.
that one too. By the way,
What?
I like Shevchenko.
Yeah, you gotta like Shevchenko.
I like her.
She's gonna destroy Grasso this time.
Gonna be a massive favorite. You'd want to pick what round it's gonna happen in.
Yeah, to make any money. Yeah.
Yes.
Then you got Adesanya versus Strickland.
Wow.
So that's
I thought Adesanya left.
no.
No, he's been there. No, he's
Alex
been
Pereira left.
there. Okay.
He went to light heavyweight.
Yep. He runs his mouth everywhere.
Yeah, but he's the champ now. Versus Sean Strickland, who is just a powerhouse. I feel like Sean Strickland's gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Probably. He'll definitely be the dog.
So after that, you have Islam Makhachev versus Charles Olivieri 2.
That sucks for Olivieri.
And Makhachev is gonna destroy him.
Yeah.
And then you have the greatest heavyweight of all fucking time.
John Jones is coming back?
Stipe Miocic.
Stipe!
Versus possibly what some people say the greatest MMA fighter of all time, John Jones.
Wow.
That's an insane fight.
It would bring back a little bit of like the need to have a pay-per-view. Like wow,
Yeah.
that's a
That's
banger
that's a
of a
banger.
pay-per-view. And we'll have probably good undercards. You'd expect.
Oh, I would expect. They haven't listed
Everyone's gonna
any
be one on that
undercard.
one. When's that one?
That one is in November.
Okay.
That is the November card. I am very disheartened to say I think that John Jones will win that fight.
Of course you will.
It is in New York.
New York City?
It is in the Garden.
Wow.
He
That's
is
gonna be
from New
epic.
York. It is possibly John Jones' last fight. It is possibly Stipe Miocic's last fight. A lot is riding on this fight
At the Garden.
at the Garden.
That card's gonna be sick.
I kind of want to go.
Well, why not?
The problem is the tickets are $1,200.
Well, that's the problem.
That is the not in the why not.
Well, there it is.
And it's for an obstructed view for $1,200.
That's why we need you, Rumble listeners,
yeah.
to continue listening to this
Our
podcast.
2 cents isn't really helping us right now. We need
Wanna
to
listen to
get
our
that
2
up
cents?
to we need to get up to there.
Yeah,
But
talk to Rumble.
I mean, it is just insane of
I-
the amount of fighting that is coming up, and everybody needs to be paying attention because it is just for a non-sports fan like myself. That sport you can instantly get into because it is just seeing motherfuckers get beat the fuck,
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
that's why
just awesome.
That's why it's fantastic.
It's human cockfighting, and it's awesome.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I'd say I've tried to get myself more into UFC as you've gotten yourself more into hockey. I'm definitely starting to get the names down. I loved it back when I had all the big names, and then it kind of went through a dip, and now it's back up again.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fucking. The fighters now are so good. You look at almost even like the Joe Rogan effect, or just the effect of like ESPN, and I hate them, and I hate giving them free plugs, but them taking it over, it's like they got fight nights now that are anybody could fucking watch.
Yep.
It's good stuff. It used to be kind of a fringe sport. You only could really watch it on pay-per-view before the streaming took over.
You could either watch it on pay-per-view or Spike TV.
Yes, that was it. Spike TV. That was the birthplace of the Contender.
That was also the birthplace of that cartoon. What?
Oh my God, Celebrity Deathmatch?
No, that was
That's Claymation.
that was
it on
Comedy
MTV?
Central.
Oh, you're right.
Oh no,
it was
you're
Comedy
MTV.
Central.
Was it
It
MTV?
was one of those.
But the one with the huge knockers, I used to watch it when I was 12 at like midnight.
Oh my God.
The
The
cartoon.
Man Show?
No, the cartoon, man. Hang on a second.
Really? What? Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. Well, they had MXC. Now you're thinking of a cartoon. MXC was a good one. There was the Man Show on that too as well. Spike used to be completely fucking different. Like
Stripperella.
Stripperella. Oh yes, dude. Oh my lord. You got a picture of her?
I will get one.
It was. You cannot have a TV station like Spike was in the early 2000s. 2000 to 2010. Fear Factor might have been on that too.
Yeah, for a while.
Fear Factor was on Spike for a while. After it had its run on probably like NBC or whatever. I totally forgot that Spike had UFC fighting on it for that long. And that was a good channel to have it on because it's a pretty male viewership dominated sport from the violence aspects of it. What do you got?
I'm trying to show him a picture. There's Stripperella right there.
Oh yeah.
Right there. 12-year-old me was having a great time with Stripperella, let me just tell you.
It was, they knew what they were doing. You know, it's the propaganda of the patriarchy, keeping women in the same place while making sure and ensuring that all men grow up to be heterosexual. Thanks, Spike TV. You made us all perverts.
All right, but we got to wrap this up. I mean,
We do. We got
got
have a quick
Little
rundown.
League World Series. What do we got for that?
You know, we always put random shit in the fucking title and even on the docket for this show, but we just fucking tangent the fuck off. So why the hell not? Let's hit you with a couple of quick recaps. Speaking of, I'm going to whack that here after I get through. So the Little League World Series happened. I know if you listened to the last show, the endless amount of Little League World Series, and when we had to abruptly end, which we apologize for, all is well now.
Yes.
But I had said, I don't know if I had teased like California. I had said that Tennessee should be favored, but they were a pain in the fucking ass all the time.
Yeah, something about their coach.
Their coach. Ugh, okay. So Tennessee, to get into it, and I talked to it last time, where they had some stupid play at second base, and they challenged it because they said he touched him and he was off the bag, whatever. They won the challenge. They won. They went to the Little League World Series in Cooperstown. Now, fast forward, Williamsport shot. Fast forward to the next round where they're actually in Williamsport. They have this play happen where it was like a home run by California, and it's like the kid's coming around and he jumps. So he jumps to like celebrate hitting the home run at home plate. It was a 2-run home run.
Just like a 12-year-old does.
Yep. Late, 5th or 6th inning.
Oh, so probably the game winner.
It wasn't necessarily a game winner, but it was definitely like, probably the clincher.
Yeah.
And he like jumps and like hits like kind of the side of home plate.
Okay.
Doesn't really like look like he touched it or whatever, but he hit a home run.
Okay.
Gives a fuck. Hit a home run. Doesn't the Tennessee coach tell the catcher after California walks off the field back towards the bench from celebrating the home run to go touch home plate? He touches home plate. The umpire calls him out for missing home plate on the home run.
I call that on the umpire.
Umpire's fault?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's completely umpire fucked up.
They go to look at it, and it was just, again, like, it just seemed like this Tennessee team, high off their ass with their pinstripes, who made it 3 years in a row. This coach, he's just gunning for that championship. He's just got to win that championship. He's losing again. Well, this is actually the time before he was winning. This is like an act of desperation. The California coach walks out there. He looks over at him. He's like, dude, come on. Really?
They're
like,
fucking 12?
Like, really? And it's funny because they didn't have him mic'd up. They're all mic'd up. They always hear the coach go over and talk to the 12-year-old pitcher.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hey, you're my guy. You're my guy, dude. You're fine.
Shake it off.
Let's go,
You're good.
buddy.
You're good.
We're good, dude. We're awesome.
Yeah.
Get that ball over the plate. Your defense going to help you out. Come on, let's go. I swear to God, if that mic wasn't on the guy, he probably walked there and was like, are you fucking kidding me, man? 12-year-olds and you're challenging a home run if he hit the plate or not? And the all-time kicker of this whole entire story, he hit home plate. He was safe.
So
the umpire made the wrong call.
Made the horrible call.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if the coach was more mad at the ump or the coach. But it was just like, dude, come on.
Seriously.
That's the Tennessee way, apparently. I love their college football team, hate their fucking Little League World Series team.
They're one and the same, bro.
Are they? Fuck. I'm going to have to go back on my Tennessee pick now. All right, California did end up winning. We watched that game.
We did watch that game.
At the Owl.
At the Owl.
And we watched it with my pops, and that was, it was a good time, good dinner. But it was the tomato, King Tomato. It was a thriller.
It was.
California was in the lead, and then Curacao, one of the ABC islands,
hit a fucking grand slam in the fifth.
Sick. I was sitting right next to you watching it, and I just looked at it and I'm like, 5-1, I think it was.
Yep.
And I go, oh, man, wouldn't it be great if he just hit a grand slam right now and this game would continue and I could continue watching Little League World Series championship game on a Sunday afternoon.
And then all you hear is,
oh, we're like, that's good.
Straight center field.
Center field shot, too, yeah.
Fucking grand slam home run. That was insane.
Longest part of the field, and kid drilled it. But California ended up winning. Walk-off, bottom six. Fucking biggest kid probably on California is a 5'7", 5'8". Probably just well on his way to a Division I scholarship. Yeah. Just crushes one. He goes, and I watched the interview after. We were all, I don't know what we were all in there, probably, smoking a J with a tomato. And he goes, the lady asked him, is like, what did you think when you saw, the ball when it was heading towards like the fence? Did you think, it home run? And he goes, oh, I knew it was gone as soon as I swung.
Love that kid.
He goes, I knew as soon as I hit it, there's no shot. We're world champions. And I was like, yeah, bring that back, kid. Yeah. No more modesty. Talk your shit, king.
That was awesome.
Why
That's
not?
Awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Brats. Their generation's fucked. Strap up your boots, Harry Sisson. You're going to China.
If they don't come here first.
If they don't come here first. By the way, did you see that Taiwan is represented in the Little League World Series as Chinese Taipei? They do not show them as Taiwan.
That's interesting.
And they have been that way for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
ESPN, who broadcasts those. Yeah, they don't say Taiwan.
They're ESPN is the, you don't want that one. ESPN is also the one that sends fucking LeBron James over to China. So
it's all kind of starting to make a little bit of sense. I'll say this though, when I watch it, I'm like, well, I've always noticed that.
Hey, Pooh Bear likes LeBron. Therefore, if you don't like China, you have to hate LeBron. Boom, solved it.
Can I still like Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
They just made a horror movie about him, so that's awesome.
We probably previewed that like at least 3 or 4 times on this podcast, and I still haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
I'd see it, though.
I would, too.
So, yeah, I just always found it weird, Chinese Taipei. Like, they don't say Taiwan. That's where they're from. It was Taiwan versus Japan, I think in the
third
place game or whatever.
Heated game.
Or the regional, yeah.
That had to be a heated game.
Right?
Those motherfuckers don't like each other.
It's a very, very interesting dynamic, and the 12-year-olds are playing it out right in front of us. All right, well, let's go a quick recap of everything else that had happened. We'll hit us with a little bit of, what do you think? Instead of Tom Cruise, Mel Gibson at the end, we play a little different game.
Keanu Reeves, Chris Pratt. I'm down. Let's go.
Some highlights. Victor Hovland won the Tour Championship. Close second, Xander Schauffele.
He made it interesting, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was it? He was playing the 17th, and he was 4 strokes back, and he fucking missed a putt. I was like, oh, fucking weirder shit has happened.
Dude, it was
And the
wild.
fucking engraver's already engraving his name.
The engravers were already engraving Hovland on like the 16th hole. It's like, yo. I mean, he had like a 5-stroke lead.
Yeah.
But
still, anything could happen.
What was crazy was watching that back nine. We were watching it at the same time as the Little League World Series, which is why you go to the Owl. I'm telling you, it's a fucking sports mecca. You got it all. And you got these, it's like clearly that Hovland has this massive lead. There's no way he can give it up. And he did end up winning with a decent amount. But like, he hit all of his birdies early. and Schauffele was hitting all of his birdies late.
He was hitting all his birdies all day.
Yeah.
He was just too far behind.
But Hovland couldn't stop. He couldn't miss the par
yeah,
putts.
that's
He was
the
hitting
problem.
all the par putts.
He was hitting everything.
So even if he didn't birdie, he wasn't bogeying.
How about when we were watching the fucking replays from earlier and he hit the hole in one? We were like,
Yes. Oh, yes, dude. They show it. We're sitting there, stoned idiots. Stoned idiots don't even notice he's wearing a completely different shirt. He goes up there, hits a replay of the hole in one from like last year or a round before.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, that's got a chance. Holy shit. Oh, hole in one. And
I'm
like-
thinking,
and then
I'm like, I'm that much closer to my bat.
I mean,
Yes.
that was, like fucking 15 or 14, so it like brought you within 2 or 3 strokes. And we go, oh, that was Schauffele, it was a replay. I'm like,
2021. Fuck you.
like, what? Yeah, good for Victor, though. I was rooting for him when he was here at the PGA. I love betting golf, but nobody bets golf better. Free plug, at Scrambling for you. That is at Scrambling with a G and FORE, like for
For you.
the letter U.
The letter U.
Scrambling for you. Absolutely phenomenal. He picked the last 3 winners of the tournament outside of the tour, and I believe he probably had money on Hovland too as well.
Oh, shit.
He did a phenomenal job. He probably picked out of all the tournaments this year, I'd have to say between 6 to 8 winners, which is incredibly impressive. Using analytics to do the entire thing. He's going to try to get a Ryder Cup model. That's right, baby. Golf's got a couple other things left before the year's over. Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup's back. I love it. I love the Ryder Cup. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. But we'll see how that turns out. And on the final update note, I have tennis.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on with tennis?
So, Billie Jean King night happened
Okay.
the other night. Okay?
Yeah, all right.
Now, what makes this fantastic is that, first of all, this is the first year that the greatest tennis player of all time, the Joker, is back at the U.S. Open after not being allowed to play in the U.S. Open.
Oh, COVID stab, right?
Vaccine status.
Okay.
Vaccine status. He's back. He's going to win it all again.
Yeah.
And if you want to take some money, I got a couple flyers out there. I liked Tsitsipas, but I'm pretty sure he already fucking lost. I didn't take him. The Greek hasn't been performing very well. Either way, I think
like that TT boss.
I think most of the drama and the hype. I do love. Yeah, he's got a great name.
TT boss.
He's got a great name.
He does.
It sounds like a Greek yogurt. It sounds like go past me the Tsitsipas.
That TT boss.
Can I get some of the Tsitsipas sauce?
It sounds like that.
I love the Tsitsipas sauce.
that Greek dipping sauce.
Yes.
Like what the?
Pass the Tsitsipas. Pass me the Tsitsipas. Sounds delicious.
It sounds delicious. It
makes you want
sounds
a
like
gyro.
it's great on falafel.
Oh God, I wish there was more drive-through Euro places. Falafel?
Falafel.
A little falafel and Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas on the side, please.
I don't know.
Extra
I don't know.
Tsitsipas.
Is falafel not Greek?
Falafel is a Greek, yeah.
I thought it was Greek.
Yeah, that's like the hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah.
Then you get a euro for the main,
Okay.
usually a Euro wrap with the traditional goat meat. And here we are on a tangent from the U.S. Open. All of the hype, all the drama is with Coco Gauff. She's the American. She's very confident. She has never won a major. She's not really favored to win a major because she's so young. She's like the next generation Serena Williams. And she is very good. The night of the Billie Jean King night, the master schedulers of the U.S. Open are, we're going to put Coco Gauff in some German.
World War
In
II
the first
over
round.
first.
In the first round, right? Right before the Billie Jean King ceremony.
Oh, Jesus.
And then after that, we'll have Djokovic. Okay? Now, I don't know how long they were planning the women's match to go.
That's awesome.
Because keep in mind, the women's matches are best of 3 sets and
Yeah.
men's are best of 5.
Okay.
So to me, it would make sense to put the men's match first.
You would think.
So whenever they
But
end,
the larger crowd is for the men.
Yeah, but I don't know about because Coco Gauff is it's both. Like they probably got tickets to both,
Okay.
and it's all elitism. The Obamas were there. You know what I mean? Like it's like the
Oh,
the amount
Barack
of
and
like
Big Mike?
Barack and Big Mike. I couldn't wait to get to this part because of Big Mike. She looked pissed. You seen those pictures?
Well, her chef just died.
Her chef died.
Probably
Maybe
by
it was
her.
their yeah.
I'm sorry, probably by
Him?
his hands.
I fucking strangled him. That's probably because Barrio's fucking another dude. You ever see the video of the guy who testified that
No.
he sucked his dick in a limousine and then brought him
Oh,
back
yeah,
to the
wasn't it
hotel and smoked
crackhead?
crack?
Yeah, it was a crackhead.
No, he was a rich guy.
It was a rich guy?
He paid for it all.
I thought he was a felon, though.
We're going to bring it up.
All right.
Bring it in the next Astro. That and Boston Dynamics remind me.
All right. Updates?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. And here we are in the U.S. Open again. Just filling time. We have all these elites here, and I think it was mostly for Coco Gauff and the Billie Jean King ceremony. 50 years since equal pay at the U.S. Open.
Wow.
Equal pay and prize money for 50 years of the U.S. Open. I don't even know if that's still a thing in any other major.
Why isn't that talked about more?
Right? I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's so long ago, you don't know what Billie Jean King really did.
Yeah.
And that was pretty impressive.
Back then.
I actually, before I was like, this is I'm like, it's true that we have come a long way, but have we? In 50 years? I don't even know if you can get equal pay in really anything else because of equal draw. But tennis does have that.
Well,
This isn't WNBA, NBA situation.
but also you have equal pay for equal work.
Technically,
I mean,
the men have to win 3 sets and the women have to win 2. And I'm going to say this, it's equal draw.
yeah.
Equal eyes. If you're bringing the viewers,
Well,
if you're bringing the merch,
That's the problem that women's soccer has. That's the problem that
Yeah.
WNBA has. That's the
Yeah.
problem that women's golf has.
we dominate in all those sports.
Yeah.
Not so much in tennis.
But we don't dominate in ratings.
Dude, tennis is when they had the big 3, and we've gone through the big 3 on here before, but when they had the big 3, it was a good draw. Now they're trying to hype up mostly Americans like Frances Tiafoe and also Coco Gauff. But like Coco Gauff, the way she plays so quick, and she plays so like I gotta get right to the line and hit it. I'm fast, I'm tough, I'm gonna win. She straight up said in an interview, I could give my B game and win the first 2 rounds.
Damn.
She's like 18.
Good for her.
So then she ran to the German.
Yeah.
Mind you, right before the Billie Jean King
Yeah.
ceremony. This match lasted like 2, almost 3 hours.
Holy fuck.
2.5, almost 3 hours. It was obscene. I've never seen anything like it
Really?
in tennis. I was texting you guys in the group. I go,
Yeah.
you gotta watch this fucking match because Coco Gauff is the fast player, and this German bitch was taking her sweet ass fucking time with everything.
Oh, I bet you
Everything.
freaking out.
They both did. They both went to the fucking umpire. That's what I was gonna say. If you look up, just while I rant about it, look up the fucking Coco Gauff referee U.S. Open, and she flipped out first, and then after she flipped out because there's a serve clock. I never knew there was a serve clock. There's a serve clock, and if you don't get up there and serve by 1 or 0 seconds, almost like a play clock, they'll supposed to penalize you or warn you. They'll warn you and then penalize you. Yep, that's it. So this is after she's sick of the bullshit.
Never ready when I'm serving. She went over the clock like 4 times. You gave her time violation once. How is this fair? No, you're calling the score after the point is over. It's not like we're playing 1 point. You're calling the score like 6 seconds after the point is over.
Yeah, she's 100% right.
You missed her like 4 times. She's never ready. It's not like we're having 30-ball rallies. It's 2 balls. She's going to I'm going at normal speed. Ask any ref here.
I'm going at normal speed. Ask any ref here. She's taking her sweet ass time.
And everybody in this crowd knows you're not doing your job. I've been quiet.
Fans start getting in that
I came in clapping you gave her timeout like every game, second set, every game. I didn't say nothing, but now it's ridiculous. I don't care what she's doing on her serve, but my serve, she has to be ready.
Okay. All right, well said.
Now go see who she played because I can't remember her name. It's a very German fucking name. You can probably look right on that video. Now you look up what she said after, and she goes down there, and she actually had a interview afterwards. It was like, and dude, I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard to play in the United States Open.
Yeah.
Against the number one hyped up U.S. Open, player in Coco Gauff, and not expect to have the whole entire crowd be against you. I mean, Coco Gauff.
Sigmund?
Yes.
Sigmund. Yeah.
Sigmund had a good fucking rant too. I give her credit. She was gaming the system for as long as she could, and then they ended up calling her on it. I'm like the weakest one. Like she had taken so long, so many other times, and she went back to like do a quick towel break, and then started walking back towards the court, and then the umpire goes point Goff, and it was like a game winner.
Oh no!
Like it was at 40-15 or something like that.
She
and
just
like,
had enough.
She was like, that's it. Like I gotta do it. Like it was after Coco had yelled at her, and then she went over there. And then she yelled at the ref after that. And it's like, all I did, all game long, she is playing unreasonably fast. She is going too fast. All I do, I just grab a towel. What, I'm not allowed to do that anymore? I can't grab a towel no more? Like, dude, I'm like, look at these women. They're just, all of them. It was all women. Women players, women refs. Like, it was just an incredible three-way fucking women fest of sports.
I'm going to watch this entire match
Bro,
when
it was great. And then by the end, Coco won, but like at that point, Coco was literally watching her like complain after the point was awarded, laughing, like it was. And then they went to go do the handshake, and it was not the typical like good job match. Like quickly like touched hands and then immediately looked the other way. And the German chick didn't even shake the umpire's hand. Coco went over, shook her hand, and immediately walked back to her bag. And then that German little fucking brat walked back to her bag and then cried in the press conference, saying that the crowd and the refs were unreasonable and playing in America bullshit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was best first round of any tennis match I've ever watched. And apparently, here's my last story for you. It smelled like weed at the U.S. Open.
Well, I mean, Obama was in the crowd.
Obama was in the crowd, so was his husband. And
You
probably
know-
his fuck buddy.
You know he's packing something up his ass.
Always. Well, that was fun. Should we play a last game?
Well, play the last game, and then we'll send us out.
All right, perfect. I actually think I have them all memorized.
Perfect.
Who would come up with a better fantasy team name?
Chris Pratt.
Okay, who would have a better fantasy team?
Keanu Reeves.
Really? How so?
Chris Pratt is more of a funny guy.
Okay.
I think he'll come up with the quick quips for his team name.
Would it be politically related or probably some type of just really childish joke?
A childish joke, because
Yeah.
he doesn't really go the political way, and he is a devout Christian. So I don't think it will be anything hurtful, but it will be hilarious.
It'd be like Rivers 15th.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Rivers
Where
15, whatever, 0.26 or 0.17
Yeah.
in a quote.
where I think Keanu will get out the depth charts from when they were in high school and analyze to the death until draft day.
He's also Shane Falco.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
He's Shane Falco.
He's got John Favreau on his side. You're fucked.
So that leads me then, and to get outside the fantasy realm, who would make a better college football coach? Ooh.
I think I would have to go with Chris Pratt on that one.
Yeah. I lean more Pratt myself from the discipline aspect of it all, maybe.
It's not even the discipline, but I think he'll connect more.
True.
Where if you go with
Keanu Reeves would be a good coordinator.
yeah, he'd be a good.
Great offensive coordinator.
Well, he's like the Saban, I believe. I would guesstimate that he'd be like the Saban.
Saban's a good recruiter though too.
But I'm thinking that he would just be methodical and
Yeah.
we're doing the same
Belichick. He'd
drills
be a
fucking
Belichick,
every
yeah.
day, and you're gonna fucking master these 4 fucking
Yep.
plays, and those are the only ones we're gonna fucking run, and you're gonna fucking be great.
Yep.
Where Chris Pratt will be like, yeah, drink a couple beers, my man.
See, that
Let's
doesn't
see what's
always bring
happening."
success.
That is true,
But it'd
but
be fun to have as a coach.
yeah, but
what is success? When I say better, I mean like who would be a more accomplished college
I
football
think Chris
coach?
Pratt would be an accomplished coach.
Okay. I think Keanu Reeves, and I wanted to ask this question based on NFL because, like, you know, pros are pros. It takes a whole different level. College football coaches are everything.
Yeah.
They are the program.
They're mentors, they're father figures, they're fucking everything.
They're getting people ready, and you know, if you want to go to the pros, you go to certain programs because you're playing for certain coaches. You're playing for Saban, you're playing for Smart, you're playing for all those guys. You're playing for Dabo, you're playing for the fucking old Penn State guy that used to be up there, Joe Paterno. Pedophile. It's gonna go there, yeah. Bring it up. He was probably on Epstein's list. Got to bring up Epstein once. It's a Rumble rule.
I like the Rumble rule.
You like that one?
I do.
I think Keanu Reeves just would be so into it, intense like the Saban would be, and it would bring more success. Maybe not connect to a level. He would be connectable.
Well, again, like you said, he's Shane fucking Falco.
He's Shane Falco.
It's hard to bet against him.
You know, you wouldn't want him as your quarterback in the Sugar Bowl.
No.
You know, because he blew it that day. Everyone saw that game that day. You remember where you were when Shane Falco blew the Sugar Bowl? What was that score, like 51-3 or something like that? That's like when Kennedy got shot. Or where were you on 9/11? Where were you when Shane Falco blew that Sugar Bowl?
Oh, shit.
All right, the other one was, I'll keep it related. The other one was who would make a better Little League coach, but we already know the answer to that because Hardball is a movie and Keanu Reeves is a legend. So who do you think would have been able to stop the Hawaii wildfires?
What the fuck was that kid's name? What was the little kid's name that got shot?
Oh, you're talking about in Hardball?
Yeah.
G-Baby.
G-Baby.
Did it for G-Baby.
Fuck. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw
your hands in the air if you's a true player. Yeah, and they would wave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love
We're
that
getting
fucking...
cams soon, too, people. I've given up all hope.
Anyway, what were you
not
saying
having
before I
cams.
went down Hardball?
I was going to say, and I alluded to it slightly, we've already answered that question. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen Hardball, immediately find a way to watch it.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
If you grew up in our era of movies and you were like 12 or 13, you've probably seen it. Like, it was just like a rite of passage.
If you haven't, you need to go watch it now.
Yeah.
I don't
It's a
care
great
what time
story.
it is.
And
It's
you know
a
what was it
great
about? A degenerate fucking gambler. He's a degenerate gambler.
You are not the coach of a Little League team yet. So
Think Bad News Bears in Chicago.
yeah. That's a great fucking analogy.
Rest in peace, G-Baby.
And G
We're going to
baby.
do one shot together for G-Baby. And then, okay, so it was, I was going to say, I didn't really have a good question for that because we already,
baby is shot.
bro,
And give me the ginormous.
give
You're
me a
good.
little bit.
You're
Give me
good.
a little bit. Give me a little bit.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. You've taken 6 already. Cheers.
Cheers to G-Baby.
G baby.
Okay, give me G-Baby to close this out.
G baby to close this
If
out.
it's on YouTube, we air it. Give me the scene where he hits it when he's talking at his funeral.
Oh, dude.
And he hits the run. Spoiler alert. If you've never seen Hardball, I already said it. Spoiler alert. The end of Hardball is going to close us out of this episode. Last question. Last question on Keanu Reeves or Chris Pratt.
Yep.
It was supposed to be who do you think could have stopped the Hawaii wildfires because that had nothing to do with anything that we talked about. But I had to talk about it.
Oh, shit. Oh, hang on.
And we all know the answer to that. Last question. Who wins in a cage fight? Keanu Reeves or Chris Pratt?
You got to go with Keanu, man.
Right, but he is badass and trained, and this is in their prime. Let me be clear. Has to be in their prime. You go with Keanu.
Got to.
Right?
Got to.
He's just... Come on.
I mean, nothing
His
against
prime might be down.
nothing against Chris, but he's a little pudgy. First
know-
of all, I don't think he has the stamina. Second of all, he doesn't have the training. Third of all, he's going to get his ass knocked the fuck out.
With a swift kick?
Yeah.
I think it would be a kick, too. That's what would get it. It would be a Keanu
It's
kick
a
right to the
fucking-
fucking right temple.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be
A
like,
spinning,
bang! Yeah.
spinning back
Spinning left
kick.
kick.
Yeah.
Spinning left back kick right to the as soon
Temple
as
and
like
boom.
5 seconds in, it'd be like Masvidal all over again. But instead of the flying knee, it would be a spin kick that you saw in Matrix 1.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, wow. Keanu is the
can
man.
do it.
Yeah, he is the one.
He is the
He
one.
does it all. He wins a lot of these matches. It's going to be hard. So I think that, we got to a point with the Mel Gibson, Tom Cruise thing where it's like they're so out there and Tom Cruise isn't real, according to BJFF. So we had to change it up.
Have you seen him recently?
He could be gone. There could be a lot
That
of them gone.
fucking
I saw a story
him
recently.
missing adrenochrome is fucking his body up.
A lot of them look like that. Soko keeps getting in the way. There's a lot of them that look pretty bad. I also saw a story recently that some guy just openly said, yeah, we have the ability to clone people out of skin cells from their cheek,
Yeah.
but it's illegal, so we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that. But we make brains in petri dishes.
Are you fucking... Yeah, it's illegal, so we don't do it. We're the government.
Hey, we're here to help.
Yeah. We need an Astro anthology coming up. It could be anything else. Mm-hmm. Who knows? We've got some guests that want to come on soon. We just got to line up the schedules. And I want to get into something that I had discovered, which is DARPA. Do you know what DARPA is?
I've heard of it. Remind me.
It's a government agency that partners with the private sector to produce the next technology, like war technology.
Yeah.
Boston Dynamics is going to be the lead on this one. It's crazy what they've done over the course of the last 20 years
No shit.
in AI and all the machines that they've come out with.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they had that many. Everyone always sees those little dogs, which,
Yeah.
by the way, if this relates to sports, here it is. The Atlanta Falcons now have one of those fucking robot dogs on their sidelines.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so if you try to run the field, and
The dog's
the
gonna
dog's
attack-
going to get you.
Oh fuck.
The fucking robot dog is going to get you.
I so hope someone tries it.
Bro, someone's going to.
I hope they televise it.
They go, well, the dog's not going to know because it's AI.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Is it an eater dog or is it
No,
just a
it's
dog?
one of those. Well, it's fuck, because I had all the names. You're gonna have to listen to the next Astro.
All right.
We're gonna get into DARPA because I think it deserves a deep dive into a lot of things that we should all deep dive for an Astro episode. It wouldn't be the main subject, but it would be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there. Government institutions.
Oh,
All the letters.
all the letters.
Founding. Everything that we could find on them.
That's a lot.
It might be a couple episode.
Yeah. That's a whole anthem of episodes.
Is that its own series?
That is his own series.
We could do a breeze through episode and then see.
We could
where
make
it
a
goes.
fucking 5-part series on CIA alone.
Yeah, there's a lot out there to it.
Yeah.
But the DARPAs, if it ever relates to anything that I was just talking about, they're going to be on the sidelines. The dogs, the robot dogs. Anything else you wanted to cover on the sports side of things?
No, I
that
am.
has happened in the world.
I am pretty good. I mean, we
Sweet.
went through our entire list for once.
And Joker's back from being vaccinated. Good for him. He's going to win another one. And it smelled like weed in New York City. Shocker.
Imagine that Joker's back and it smells like weed.
And here we go.
But we have G Baby to close us out. Hit us up at our email, leavingearthpodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Rumble. You can hit us up on any of our channels. That is Mortal Sportsman, Astro Anthology, Updates on Humanity, or I am currently on Rumble as BJFF.
That's
BJFF. BEEJAPHETH. That is me on Rumble and on Twitter. We also have at Johnny_Anchors on Twitter, who will soon join the Rumble realm, I'm sure, but I don't really see the point if we got our channels up, so that might not happen.
I am on the Rumble realm.
You are on the Rumble realm?
Are you kidding me? Yeah. Johnny Anchors is on there. I think.
I don't know.
follow everything. I actually don't know. I have no followers on Rumble.
We have 5
So
followers.
can anyone follow me? No, on my own personal account. I have no followers. Johnny_Anchors, I believe. I don't even know.
Well, I fucked up
I go on there to
and
listen to our
I
shit.
fucking signed up under the Leaving Earth Podcast Gmail.
I like Rumble.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I fucked up and I signed up under the Leaving Earth Podcast Gmail.
Okay.
Under BJFF.
Yes.
So I got to fix that somehow and make it just our podcast name.
You can't switch the name.
I can't figure it out.
Rumble makes it difficult to do a few things.
Yeah, I'm going to have
It's hard to share from Rumble.
Yes, it
as
is.
well.
That's
That's
true.
one thing that needs. If I'm just going out there on a limb as one of the Rumbleians, we're part of the community now.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? Are we right-wing lunatics? No. Are we on Rumble and we say a lot of right-wing lunatic shit and ring a bell afterwards?
Maybe.
Sometimes.
But yeah, hit
Good
us
answer.
up. We got fucking. We're on YouTube. Unfortunately, they cancel us all the time, so we went to Rumble.
Off Spotify.
We are off Spotify because they don't like our format. So go fuck themselves. And we're always looking for sponsors. So anybody that wants to give us fucking some money to get
Shout out Sergeant Brebby's group.
because we want to.
You don't have to give us money, but shout out your group.
shout out to the crew.
No money-
we
no money
want to
from
get
you.
cameras up in this shit so you can actually see us.
We'll be there soon.
We'll be there soon, no matter
I'll be
what.
shaded out.
But Sergeant Brubby's crew, we're still waiting for that fucking email, you motherfuckers.
You've had to have gotten the email by now.
I have not gotten one single email by those motherfuckers.
Fuck. Damn you, Brubby's crew.
They will get to us at some point. They are just shy.
See you. Oh, shout out one listener in Brazil. Recently, maybe we should cover soccer next week.
Yes, we have to.
Messi's been tearing it up.
Yeah, we do have to cover Brazil, and also
The Argentinian is kicking everyone's ass in America.
do want to say that we started this episode announcing that we hit our 1,000 download on
We
our
certainly did.
podcasting app, and that is mainly due to one person, I believe, in Vermont. So whoever you are, we love you. Please email us if you want to hear some content. Come on down.
We got one listener in Vermont.
Well, a lot of old episodes started happening when the Vermont listener started listening. So
They're
I
still
can't
listening.
I cannot deny that there is problems with my direction of it is the Vermont guy, but I want to trust that it's the Vermont. I want to trust that it's Bernie
Nice, I
Sanders.
didn't even know that.
Bernie
Oh,
Sanders
Bernie.
is listening to our podcast
Everyone go listen to this podcast.
and trying to figure out what the
Asking
fuck is
once
going
again.
on in his head. So hopefully Vermont can come out of this shit.
Vermont's got a lot of freedom
And
fighters
we
in it.
all need to turn out like New Hampshire that has no
Yes.
income tax, no tax whatsoever. And yeah, that
they
is
have a great liberty
leaving
presence
Earth.
out there in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
They certainly do.
Libertarians.
Losing elections, making good points. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Well, sports listeners, we've gone through quite a bit of football. Quick highlights on everything else. I love the MMA stuff coming up. I can't fucking wait to that John Jones fight in November. All those other fights that sound so good. You never know. Fucking, what's her name? The one who beat, who was her name? Grasso?
Alexa Grasso.
Alexa Grasso.
beat Valentina
What if she beat her
Shevchenko.
again?
That'd be insane.
I'd love to look at what her odds are of winning that. Is a nice little, competition bet there.
That-
Sprinkle it in.
that might
When's
be
that one?
That's within the next couple weeks. I think it's like the 9th or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna check her odds on the way home tonight on my Cessna plane.
Fly like a G6.
Flying like a G6, not like Prigo who is flying under radars. I'm spitting raw bars. Check it out, raw bars 2. Let's go. I'm done. How about you? Take it easy.
And to take us out is G Baby. Peace.
This is a fucking Keanu
We
Reeves
heard
classic.
testimony from those very close to our
This is the
community.
entire scene. Okay.
It's only 5
I
minutes.
wanted to give a few more people the opportunity to say something. When Jerry's
I probably should have just put it with his brother.
No, because it shows who wants to talk, and it's
Please, Mr. O'Neill.
this is the white savior.
Oh, here comes Keanu.
This is the white savior narrative.
Yeah.
You ever heard of that?
No.
It's a thing now on film critics.
Oh, what, the white man has to come save the black people? That's fucked. That's fucked.
It's not me saying it, but it's literally it's like if you looked up the critics of Hardball, I bet you one person's saying that.
Oh,
now.
for sure.
They're trying to cancel everything that
Oh, for
happened
sure.
before Biden became elected. It's crazy. Forrest Gump is another one they're trying to cancel.
He was too young to play.
Conservative leaning. Too
But he wanted to be a part of the team so badly that he couldn't say no.
G-Baby, you're up.
He had a great smile.
Love that he didn't wear a hat.
Fucking G baby.
Yeah. Not G. I love that Keanu didn't wear the
I've
hat.
got Jarius Evans batting for Jefferson Tibbs.
He was a really tough guy. Just a boy, really, who
Could have taken G Baby at like plus 11.
wanted to be around his older brother.
What he had.
Hang on, Coach. I don't have Jarius Evans on this roster anywhere.
Oh, it's all right. It's all
Oh,
right.
you know what? He's, there he is.
There he is.
Okay.
I'm on the list.
The other day, we played a really important
He was too
game
young to play.
against a
Too young to
good
play.
team.
It's a lot of spoiler alerts.
And 2 outs in
He
the
told you
last
long
inning.
ago.
G-Baby.
If you'd never seen Hardball.
I had no choice but to let Jarius bat.
You can swing if you want, but you don't have to. Okay? If you go down looking, none of us care. But if you want to swing, swing. Get back in there, do what you feel.
Classic Keanu.
He was
It's really good
fearless
acting.
as he stepped to the plate.
That's because that's what a Little League baseball coach would
I
sound
was
like.
terrified for him.
I was terrified for him.
I was too.
Fucking ass.
Yeah, you know he was going high heat there.
Yeah.
And high heat was like, 4.5 feet.
If that.
Yeah. Might have been a 4.
Look at them all moving in.
Clearly older and bigger.
Yeah.
Like that's great extra work by the casting crew. Really.
With 2 strikes, and our hopes dwindling.
2 strikes.
He hit a shot down the first baseline.
I mean, where were you when G Baby went yard?
We won the game.
And he held his hands above his head in triumph. That's how much I've loved.
He just said it. I thought he went yard.
Raise his arms.
But no,
and
he
try
just got a single.
He just got a single.
It's-
Cut.
and that's a
ran to
realistic.
first base. I swear.
He
I
lifted the
was
world
lifted
that
in that
day.
moment to a better place. I swear he lifted
Sorry
the
for
world.
spoiling Hardball, but this is one of the best.
This is
sports
one of the
movies ever.
best. Yeah, you can't deny it.
Top 5 list of baseball movies. This always slides in for me.
He made me
Another one is Moneyball. Moneyball's a great movie.
even
Overrated.
just for that.
I love that movie.
You could rewatch it a ton of times, but
Isn't that what it?
I am
Isn't that what it counts for?
it's good baseball.
I'm grateful.
That's what I'm
Cheers.
saying. That's what I said. You said top 5 baseball movies. I said Moneyball.
Yeah, it's. I would have I don't know.
Angels in the Outfield.
That's not in there, but it's a great movie. Sandlot, it has to be.
Sandlot.
I couldn't rate them all, but I'd go
Little Big League or whatever the fuck it's called.
No.
The Rookie
League of Their Own
League of Their Own.
is a great baseball movie. I always would put that one in there as well. Best baseball movie though of all time. It's tough. It's really
Field of
really
Dreams.
tough to say. I go comedy because I really think it's one of the best comedies
Basketball?
ever, too, as well.
It's terrible that I'm laughing through the funeral scene.
I know, this is bad. Cut the G Baby scene. We get it. Look, I just wanted to see his triumph on the field. I know I get it. It's a very emotional movie.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
All right.
So, it's hard to define it, but I really think my favorite baseball movie is Major League.
That is a great
just
movie.
Such a good movie.
That's a
Like,
great
it's
movie.
like-
I love the announcer.
yeah, the whole thing.
The whole
it's just repeatable. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit
you
outside.
can say that every time you watch baseball.
I do it
That's probably
every
the most quoted baseball movie ever.
Do it all the time.
You
Every-
may run like Mays, but you hit like shit. It's
Oh,
just so
Jesus.
fucking quotable. That is anybody could say that. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. And that one is out of here. Fucking guy.
Yeah. It's too high. Oh, look, I thought it was too high. Too high? What do you mean? What do you mean it's too high? The whole thing. We're gonna start the wave. It's two
people.
guys standing up in the back. You got the announcers are like, and the
Crowds go,
Indians-
hey!
and they're the ones clapping up in the booth. Get him! Come on, guys, let's go!
I love that movie. That's a great movie.
One of the best part of that whole thing is that team doesn't exist anymore. It's been canceled. It's now the Cleveland Guardians.
The Guardians.
Because the Indians were too offensive.
Too offensive.
The whole fucking movie is offensive. Deal with it. It's Major League. It's what it was like late 80s Charlie Sheen. Dude, tell me there's a better scene in any baseball movie is when he comes out at the end with the glasses on and the whole city of Cleveland is up in the state. Like, that's
Doesn't
real.
exist.
There's no CGI. Yeah. Unfortunately, Ohio doesn't exist, but you have to watch out for him this year in the NFL. Kind of contradictory there, but hey, he rang the bell. I think there's no scene better in baseball when he's walking out to Wild Thing. He's got the glasses on with the skull in the middle.
Yeah.
But
Turns around to the batter.
Yeah. There's no like back then it was how easy would it be? Hey, we're making a movie about the Cleveland Indians. Everybody come to the stadium. We're going to film a scene where the player walks out and they play Wild Thing and you go nuts. It's Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
They film that, and it's like, that's raw. That's like Cleveland of the 80s, rock and roll center of the universe.
Yeah, you see
like,
all the fat... Wow, it is fucking going nuts. You made my heart sing.
All right, now we know what's really closing us out. Pull up Charlie Sheen entering